Listen, your savings account is robbing you blind. But don't worry, I found out a way how to make my money work for me in my sleep, and I can help you do the exact same thing. Now, this isn't no get rich quick scheme. This isn't no pyramid scheme. This isn't something just trust me situation. This is legit, and this is something that your every average day person can implement in their lives, and they can really get to a bag. This isn't a short-term play. It's a long-term play. There's a promo going on right now, so you definitely want to jump on it before the price goes up because this is too valuable. The link is in the description, and hey, let's get our money up. Let's get back to the video.
What's the word? What's the word? Welcome to another show where we talk about everything under the sun. As long as we get back to the money, real conversations and real solutions. I'm your host, Courtney Edgar. Listen, man, we got some fire topics for y'all today. You know, we got to touch base on what's been going on in Minnesota. There's also been some more footage of what's been going on out here on my side of the turf out here in Arizona. Then we're going to touch base on Anton Daniels. And then, you know, we just going to go from there. All right. So before we lock in, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe for the algorithm. Listen, I'm not asking you to, it doesn't cost you anything to like the live. It helps the algorithm reach more people. So I need you to like the live, right? Also, make sure you tap into the Patreon. The Patreon is where it's at. That's where we're building. That's where we're growing. That's where we're learning different things, and we're learning from other people, and we're implementing. But that's only for my Patreon members. That's not for the public. All right. So make sure you tap into the Patreon. The link is in the description, and I'm gonna pin it in the chat right now. All right. So you definitely want to tap in. Let me go ahead and put it in right now. Let's get to it. Boom. All right. So I want to touch on this. I'm not going to talk on this for a long time, but I definitely want to touch on this. This entire week, ever since Saturday, everybody's been having this conversation about this Alex Pretty situation, this Minnesota ICE situation. But there has been new footage that has come out. And before this footage came out, everybody had their opinions. Everybody was saying, oh my God, he's been unalived. There was an execution. All these different things, as if the ICE agents are just out here just unaliving people for no reason. There's always a reason. There's always a backstory. There's always context to these situations, but a lot of people don't want to see it. So this recent video that just came out shows this guy that looks like Alex Pretty, and I'm pretty sure it's Alex Pretty. I think it was a few weeks or a few days earlier. Somebody give me the facts on that. I don't know if it happened a few days earlier before the incident that happened Saturday, or is a couple of weeks before. But there's new evidence of him vandalizing ICE agents' vehicles, and they had to take him down. So let's go ahead and get into this video. I'm telling you. All right, just watch.
This is a moment the news movement filmed on January 13th in Minneapolis, showing a man who appears to be Alex Pretty interacting with federal immigration agents 11 days before Border Patrol shot and killed him. Our footage was analyzed by the BBC, whose facial recognition technology confirmed his identity to a 97% degree of accuracy. On the morning of January 13th, our team received a tip that federal agents were blocking a street at the corner of East 36 and Park Avenue in Minneapolis. We arrived around 10:15 a.m. We saw observers shouting at the agents as they walked back to their vehicles. When they started driving away, the man kicked their taillight. An agent then got out of the vehicle, grabbed him, and pushed him to the ground.
What you? Nah, fuck that.
During the
Nah, fuck that. No, it ain't. Why you screaming stop? Why are you screaming stop? You see him over there kicking and vandalizing a federal agent's vehicle. He over there kicking, screaming, spitting, doing everything under the sun. Y'all ain't got nothing to say. But as soon as they start to react and they start to put their hands on him, they put the paws on him. Now all of a sudden, stop, get your head. Come on, man. Come on, dog. If we gonna have this real conversation, let's have a real conversation. I don't care how you feel about Trump. I don't care how you feel about the ICE agents. I don't care about none of that. If y'all want to talk about humility, let's talk about humility. That ain't protesting. That right there, what he did, that's not protesting. That's not considered peaceful protesting. You're vandalizing. You're causing harm. Yes, you could be seen as a threat. Yes, you can. Absolutely. Absolutely. Abso-goddamn-lutely.
The altercation, agents fired tear gas and pepper balls into the crowd. They continued to hold the man down before they retreat, and he walks away. The man in our footage is wearing a similar outfit to what Preddy was wearing on the day he was killed.
Look at him. They're back there screaming.
What appears to be a gun is also visible above his waistband.
And he's still talking shit.
Here, he continues to stand at the scene.
Look, there he is right there, sitting right here by this little pole. I don't know if the agents remember him or not. Look at him.
On the day he was killed, the Department of Homeland Security claims Preddy, a 37-year-old ICU nurse, approached officers holding a handgun. That claim has been contradicted by analysis of bystander videos from multiple news investigations, which concluded that Preddy was holding a phone, not a gun, when he was pinned to the street. Shortly after the altercation, we filmed here on January 13th.
What do you mean you don't see how it's relevant? It's relevant. Because they think he's just an innocent bystander. They think that he was just all goody good and thinking that, oh, he was just helping the lady. No, look at the behavior, bro. Just as Renee Good, look at the behavior beforehand. There's things that lead up to this shit. It's not just a one-off situation. A peaceful protest is a peaceful protest. You stand your ass on the sidewalk. You can scream, shout all you goddamn want. That's one of the reasons why the police should be out there so they can tame that shit. They're the ones that's supposed to be taking care of the safety issue, making sure don't nobody get in the making sure they don't get in the ICE agent's way. But where were the police? Where were they? They weren't around. So now the ICE agents got to do everything that the police supposed to be doing, plus doing their job that they were there for. Come on, man. Come on, dog. I don't care about the disdain that you got for Trump. I don't care about the hate, but at the same time, if you're going to have a peaceful protest, have a peaceful protest. Can we all agree that that's not a peaceful protest? And what he just displayed in this video? Can we at least agree, no matter what side of the coin you on, can you agree that what he did is not considered peaceful protest? What you need to impeach Trump for? For what? He done everything that if you voted for Biden, he'd have done everything in 1 year that Biden couldn't do in all 4 years. So what we talking about, man? Come on, dog.
Federal agents drove away.
Well, yeah, that's thank you. They won't show. If the mayor don't participate, if the governor isn't participating, of course the police aren't going to show up. But that's the problem. That's where the problem lies. So they need to point the finger at the mayor and the governor, Tim Walz, and what's his name, and Frey. They need to point the finger at them instead of pointing the finger at Trump. Memphis ain't over there arguing about the situation. DC ain't over there arguing about the situation. Hey man, come on, man. Listen, let's clean these streets up over here. Memphis is the worst. Memphis is probably the worst city in America. Most dangerous. The mayor said, hey, come on, man. Come on over here. Help us out. Come on over here. Help us out. You don't hear no protesting going on over there. ICE over there too. Where's the outrage? Where's the outrage at? Come on, man.
Soon after that, we left the scene.
No, the car scene is not irrelevant to them. The car scene is not irrelevant to it. No, your rights aren't at stake. This is the problem. Y'all keep speaking on rights. Your rights, you have the right to protest peacefully. You have the right to protest. You can scream, you can shout, you can do whatever it is you want. You can do all of that. But the moment that you start to impede on an investigation, that's illegal. That's not your right. That's illegal. It's illegal. What don't y'all understand about that? You keep trying to intertwine the two. It's not the same thing. What are y'all talking about? What kind of what are we doing? What you mean there was no protest on the day he was murdered? Oh, so the whistle blowing, them being in the street, all in their ear blowing, and when one of the ICE agents pushed the lady and all that, so you wouldn't call that a protest? What would you call that then? What would you call that? What would you call it? What would you call it? Nobody said, but see, you're missing it. You're missing it, SG. You're missing it. Did I ever say that it was okay to unalive him? No, I did not say that. What I am saying is that things tell you things. It leads up to the situation. You can tell a person's behavior, his behavior got him in that position. The way that he's behaving, because one, which y'all don't know as well, I guess apparently y'all know y'all rights, but y'all don't know how to operate either. You ain't supposed to put your hands on the federal agent. And that's exactly what he did in the video that everyone saw Saturday. He put his hands on that agent because he was trying to get the woman out the way. He pushed her, but then that's when Alex Pretty decided to jump in the way, put his hands on the ICE agent. That's a big no-no. You don't do that. So those are a lot of things that led up to that situation that led to him being unalive. Sorry. The humility side of me, nah, he shouldn't have died because of that. However, I can also understand on the other side as well. It's like, all right, bro, y'all acting wild. You out here kicking vehicles, and then this just adds more proof to the file. Like, he ain't that innocent. He's not as innocent as everybody trying to make him. Nah, I ain't dumb. You just the fact is, and this is what I hate about a lot of this is what I can't. You know what? I don't like the word hate. This is why I can't stand about a lot of y'all. Just because I have a difference of opinion, that don't make me dumb. I just got a difference of opinion than you. I can look at things from a different perspective because the way that you lived and the way that you were raised was different from me. So if your opinion is different than mine, that's fine. But I'm not going to call you dumb because you may perceive it different. But I'm going to give it to you from my perspective and what I see it from. That's y'all problem. This is why people get unalive today. Y'all act like people can't think differently than y'all. We all got to think the same way. Oh, well, he killed him. You should be on our side and say that he unalive. You're so dumb. Come on, bro. Have a conversation. Stop being stupid. Stop being dumb. Stop being dumb. I didn't say you are. I said stop being dumb. Because I know you're not. If we're going to have a conversation, let's have a conversation. This is crazy. It makes no sense, man. It makes no sense. And again, it just proves the point. If they're gonna have peaceful protest, have peaceful protest. That's what you do. Have the peaceful protest. Nobody's arguing with it. Nobody's saying anything. But the moment that you start to interfere and impede on an investigation, you then become a part of the problem. I don't care. See, that's y'all problem. Y'all worried about how many black people are in the. Who gives a fuck? Who gives a fuck? No, honestly, who gives a fuck? Dude, should I give a fuck? Oh, so you think I'm supposed to vote because there's more black people on the Democratic Party? So therefore, I need to vote. I need to vote because there's black people. That's what you're saying. I need to go to the side where there's a lot of black people, huh? That's basically what you're telling me right now. So basically, you're telling me that black people are a monolith. That's what you're telling me. Are white people a monolith? Because I know there are conservative white men, conservative white women who do not like conservative white, who do not like liberal white men or liberal white women. So last time I checked, that's across the board. There are conservative black men who are not too fond of liberal black women and liberal black men. But at some point, there can still be some sort of there still can be a fundamental difference, as well as there can be fundamental similarities. We can still agree on certain things. There are some things we're not going to agree on, but there may be a lot of things that we disagree on, for sure. Come on, man. Y'all got to be better than this. Stop arguing with your emotions, dog. Have logical conversations. Okay, so look, and look, I can listen. And I can respect your opinion on that. And I would tell you I disagree. I wouldn't call you dumb. I wouldn't call you, and I was like, hey, bro, hey, if that's how you look at it, I look at it from a different perspective. Simple as that. I'm not gonna throw ad hominem attacks at you. I ain't gonna attack you. I'm not gonna attack you personally. I'm not gonna do any of that because I know that you're different than me. But guess what? We still agreed on something. We both voted for Trump, right? You feel me? You feel me? But we gonna get there. We gonna get there. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe for the algorithm, and make sure you hit the bell notification. Listen, if you haven't liked the live yet, please like the live so therefore it can get into the algorithm. We need to get the likes of 16 people in here. We need to have 16 likes. So speaking of ICE and Border Patrol, I want to go to this next topic. Because we're still talking somewhere along the same thing, right? So out here on my side of town in Arizona, there was a shootout. And the reason that there was a shootout is because there was human trafficking. There was human trafficking going on. What up, Matt? So we're gonna get into it, and then I'll give my thoughts and opinions on it. All right. Hold on, give me a second. We got everything. Give me a second, y'all. Give me a second. I don't want this. No, I want this. This is cool. I can rock with this one. And I can rock with this one. I can rock with this. All right. I really hate when it does that. All right, so let's go ahead and write back.
This morning was being pursued by a Border Patrol agent. They had belief that this individual was involved in human trafficking.
What's the word, D'Angelo?
They recognized his vehicle, made a traffic stop. When they made that traffic stop, the lone occupant, the driver, fled on foot. The Border Patrol agent, chased after him on foot. Shortly thereafter, shots were fired from the suspect, and the agent returned fire. The suspect was hit and is currently in one of our local hospitals here being treated for his injuries. His condition, I believe, is listed as serious but stable. The agent was not injured in any way to our knowledge. This is a really ongoing investigation. There's a lot more work to do here, particularly in terms of gathering information from many witnesses and and collecting and gathering physical evidence that may be out there in the field, as well as any type of video evidence that we might be able to obtain as well.
We thank you for watching.
And so also what he didn't say as well is what he also didn't say as well is that he was trafficking 2 immigrants. I think they were paying him between $8,000 to $14,000 per person he was trafficking over to the US, over to the United States. But y'all got a problem with ICE. Y'all got a problem with Border Patrol. They out here shooting up the club, shooting at the Border Patrol, because the Border Patrol is doing their job to try to stop them from bringing illegal immigrants over here to the US.
Gunfire between Patrick Schlegel. Now, authorities say a Border Patrol agent shot Schlegel in Aravaca, a community about 10 miles away from Arizona's southern border. There was an exchange of gunfire between agents and the suspect. Those agents were trying to stop a car they believed was involved in human smuggling, but authorities say the driver refused to pull over, leading to a pursuit.
CBP agents came into contact with the subject. During the attempt to apprehend him, the subject used a firearm to shoot at a manned CBP helicopter. The subject continued to flee on foot while being pursued by CBP agents who returned fire. The subject was shot. Aid was rendered by the CBP agents. The subject was transported to the hospital, underwent surgery, and is currently in recovery at this time.
The FBI and the Pima County Sheriff's Department are investigating exactly what happened. At this early stage in the investigation, Sheriff Chris Nanos believes the Border Patrol agent acted lawfully, but the sheriff also says it will take time to reach a final determination.
We're not tolerating any abuse of a law enforcement officer, any assaultive behavior, any type of abuse. But that goes to our citizens as well. The citizens of Pima County know very well where I stand when it comes to violence. We're not tolerating violence to anyone in Pima County. And so we'll look at it all. We'll gather all those facts, and we'll be back again in a few days with more information to you so you can assure our communities that the system works.
The FBI expects to charge Schlegel with aggravated assault on a federal officer, alien smuggling, and being a felon in possession of a firearm. And that shooting happened just hours.
And he was a felon. And he already had counts. Yes, 15 viewers, brother. Listen, I want to address this. I like this. You know what? I like this. I like this. I like when people do this. Let me tell you why I like when people do this, because there was one point where I didn't have anybody in here watching. There was one point where I was in here talking to myself. So I came up. I got 10 viewers. That's a come up. Y'all say y'all act like that's supposed to hurt somebody's feelings. Y'all so dumb. Y'all so dumb.
After federal agents raided numerous sports bars across the Phoenix area, today demonstrators took to the streets denouncing what they believe was an immigration enforcement operation, although Homeland Security officials have not confirmed that yet. Fox 10's Steve Nielsen reports tonight on the rising tensions in Arizona.
The rally today led to a march to ICE facilities. Tensions remain high, but we're still waiting for answers from Homeland Security about what exactly happened here. Protests erupt again outside of a Phoenix sports bar.
ICE out of Arizona. Can we say it again?
Monday, federal agents raided all 15 Zips and Goldie
right?
sports grills in Phoenix, only saying they're serving search warrants for felony violations of federal law. Both Homeland Security investigations leading the way, which is under the same federal umbrella as ICE. Protesters believe this was an immigration raid. They shouted and chanted outside of Zips, and Tuesday they returned, marching from the Central Avenue location to the ICE Phoenix field office a mile to the south.
They're hurting people, they're hurting families, and
I wish I shut up with this stupid shit. When they're hurting people, they're hurting families. If y'all do what y'all supposed to do, I would tell the black community the same thing, because we got some black people in our community too that be saying, "Oh man, the police hate us." They always, okay, bro. But if you always resisting, if you always giving an attitude, if you always got some shit to say when a cop pull you over, instead of just giving them your license and registration and stop making shit so difficult so you can go on about your motherfucking day, things would be a lot simpler. But y'all are already over here illegally. You already over here illegally. That's just like saying, hey, if I'm driving down the street and I know for a fact I'm driving with a suspended license, and if I just so happen, now I ain't speeding, I'm not driving under the influence, I'm doing the speed limit, I got my seatbelt on, I'm doing everything right. Every time I get in the car, I do everything right. I put my blinkers on when I turn, but just so happen I just don't got my license and it's suspended, right? And the cop decides to pull me over. And he says, hey, let me get your license and registration. You don't have either. You don't got your license. Well, your license is suspended and your insurance has lapsed. So then you get upset at the police officer for pulling you over for driving illegally. You're going to get upset and get mad because he arrested you and put your ass in jail. Where they do that at? Where they do that at? This is the same situation that's going on over here. You're over here illegally. You're over here illegally. I'm sorry. You're over here illegally, bro. The main goal is getting the ones that's doing criminal behavior. Y'all see the video. Y'all see what's going on. They just try. A guy that's already got felonies is trying to smuggle 2 more illegal immigrants over here to the United States. But y'all getting upset and saying, get rid of ICE. Why? That's opening up jobs for y'all goofy asses, the ones that's American citizens. Since y'all say there ain't no more jobs, guess what? They helping y'all getting them up out of here. The illegal ones, and especially the criminals, get their ass up out of here, because they come over this bitch. They over here harming our children, harming our women, harming our men, creating heinous crimes, doing egregious shit. Get their ass the fuck up out of here. For the ones who ain't doing anything, listen, man, listen, I'll say get them grace. But at the end of the day, listen, you got to go. If you're illegal and you criminal and you're a criminal and you got felony charges and you still trying to get more people over here, bro, get up out of here. Bye.
Authoritarian move, and we need to get control of it before we end up like Minnesota.
I'm a born citizen and I'm scared.
Why would Trump be jealous of Obama?
Those that don't have a legal status, how they must feel. Our community has been in fear for the last year because of the terror that ICE has caused.
Congresswoman Yasmin Ansari said she'd rather the government shut down than fund ICE after the events in Minnesota.
Are you willing to have a government shutdown over funding?
Republicans are willing to.
How stupid do you sound? What do you mean jobs aren't coming back? Jobs are already coming back. Do you not watch the news? What are you talking about? Ford is hiring right now. Ford is hiring. They just hired over 1,000 something employees right now. What are you talking about? Didn't Hyundai just start? Isn't Hyundai building a new manufacturing company? What are you talking about? Okay, dummy. AI robots. Who the fuck is gonna program the robots? Who's the one who's gonna do the maintenance on the robots? Who? The robots is gonna do maintenance on the robots? Is that what you're saying? Somebody got to program it. You know, these data centers out here that they're making all across the fucking globe. Guess what? There are jobs for that too. You still need electricians to do those jobs. You still need electricians, right? You still need electricians. There are jobs within the job. But see, you thinking small right now. You thinking small because you an idiot. You thinking small right now. But don't worry about it. I talk about it all the time. We talk about money on my platform too. We only talk about politics. So don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. I got you, big dog.
Government shutdown. They control the government.
Well, that's your personal problem. If it's up to you, then hey, go find another job.
Make changes before they can earn democratic votes.
In a state,
let's be clear. Amazon Fresh is laying off. Amazon Fresh. Don't just say Amazon. Amazon Fresh. That wasn't a long-term play anyway. That was a whole test. But see, y'all ain't, man.
Statement, Governor Katie
Let me stop
Hobbs
pausing the
said
video.
she's seeking cooperation with the federal government, saying, "I'm incredibly frustrated with the Trump administration's lack of adequate notification when conducting."
I'm sorry. I'm gonna pause it again. Thank you, Bruce. It's just the fact that there are jobs that y'all ass don't want. It's the jobs that y'all ass don't want. It ain't no job, man. There's a lot of fucking jobs out here. Did you know you can go purchase your own job right? Did you know you can go purchase a business right now? A business that you probably drive by every single day. You don't even know it. You can go purchase, you're going to do a seller financing on the business right now if you wanted to. You got to talk to the right people. But there are a lot of jobs out here. You just got to look. You got to be resourceful.
High-profile enforcement activities. It strains law enforcement's ability to coordinate effectively
go work
and protect our communities.
We
have been in touch with the Department of Homeland Security, asking them how many, if any, people were arrested here, what charges they might be facing.
Thank you for proving my motherfucking point. Now stop fucking talking. Thank you for proving my point. Nobody wants the jobs. Thank you. Now shut up.
But they haven't revealed that yet. Steve Nielsen, Fox 10 News.
The Border Patrol agent who has been leading immigration enforcement operations across the country is now headed back to California. According to the Washington Examiner, Greg Bovino is no longer the Border Patrol's commander operation at large. He's leaving Minneapolis to resume his role as the chief Border Patrol agent for California's El Centro sector. Bovino's reassignment follows the deadly shootings of 2 people by federal agents in...
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah, that's correct. You can base that off the statistics. Yeah, absolutely. But guess what? I've never been. Never been convicted of anything. Never been to jail. I'm a good boy over here.
Minneapolis. He was the architect of the Trump administration's large-scale immigration crackdowns. Tonight, the Department of Homeland Security says its agents are planning to conduct immigration enforcement operations at Super Bowl 60. Here's a live look at Levi Stadium in Santa Clara, California.
Okay, hold on. Let me get it from a different angle too. Hold on.
It appears they are just stepping to the podium right now on this Border Patrol shooting one individual in critical condition. Let's take you out to it live to hear this update.
And I have a couple of introductions to make here, and then I'll give you a brief statement, and then you can, I believe, FBI SAC, he's out of Phoenix, Heath Yankee has a few words to say as well. When we're both done, we'll take your questions as well. Okay.
Really don't care. Like,
good evening.
I'll be saying shit as if it's supposed to make me feel some type of way.
I'm the sheriff here in Pima County, and we're here to talk about an incident that happened earlier this morning in a community south of Tucson, about 35 miles south of here, in the town of Arivaca, actually just south of Arivaca. Arivaca is 35 miles from Tucson. It's about 10 miles north of the border. The incident was pretty clear cut, but I'd like to give you, I think you have a media release with some of this details, but I'll share it with you anyway. Again, it involves an individual who early this morning was being pursued by a Border Patrol agent. They had belief that this individual was involved in human trafficking from an earlier incident. They recognized his vehicle, made a traffic stop. When they made that traffic stop, the lone occupant, the driver, fled on foot. The agent, the Border Patrol agent, chased after him on foot. Shortly thereafter, shots were fired from the suspect, and the agent returned fire. The suspect was hit and is currently in one of our local hospitals here, being treated for his injuries. His condition, I believe, is listed as, this is something we do all the time. You know, Pima County, we take great pride in the fact that we were the first agency in the state to coordinate with all of its law enforcement agencies. There's 11 of those agencies in this valley of Tucson to coordinate our efforts when it comes to critical incidents.
That's why you got to think outside the box.
We created what is known as
yeah, I agree with you.
Pima County Regional Office.
That's why they got to think outside the box.
And it combines effort from all regional partners in the valley. Whenever an incident like this occurs, the agency involved in that incident, particularly say today's incident, where there's a shooting, that
no, Obama wasn't.
aside and allows all the other agencies to come in and investigate, for that.
But create
for
more,
the obvious
create
reason,
more
right? It's
ABC
transparency,
community.
we know that,
Made,
but it's also
made
gives that
ABC
agency
community
some
marriage is
relief
legal. He
and
did all of that shit.
conflicting any kind
He
of
did
concerns that may come up from that. It's all about
Oh, he
public
did.
trust.
He
We
did
get that here in
3,000. What
County.
was it over
This
3
is
million
something
on
we've been
deportation?
doing for a number
He
of
did
years.
that. That's for sure. That's a good thing.
Assisting our federal partners is no different than
Shout out
any
to
other
Tom
law
Holman.
enforcement agency. We've been tied to our federal partners in similar incidents like this going back for decades. I've been around for almost 50 years here, and I remember my time in homicide, and this was just routine for us. If you're involved in a critical incident, no matter what agency you're with, you call the sheriff's department.
Yeah. No mask on ICE because nobody was, for one, nobody was out there protesting like they are now. The only reason they out there because Trump. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. Y'all got such a disdain and hate for Trump to the point where y'all would do anything that's tied to Trump. Y'all would get upset about it. That is the problem. Because again, if Biden was to do it, there would not be an outcry in the fucking world. There wouldn't be. But because Trump said it, it ain't even about ICE. It's about Trump. Y'all mad at Trump. Y'all just don't like Trump. And that's cool. You ain't gotta like him. That's cool. And he probably really don't give a fuck that you like him or don't like him. He don't care. This nigga is probably a billionaire. He probably won't tell y'all. And y'all sitting over here, y'all really sitting over here tripping about Trump. Half of y'all don't even know who y'all governor, who y'all mayor is. Y'all don't even know who y'all mayors are in y'all own city. Y'all don't know who y'all governors are in y'all own city. Y'all don't know none of that shit, but y'all worried about Trump. Come on, man. The people that you vote for in your city, they are so much more closer, and you have so much more power and effect, and they have much more effect on what you got going on your day-to-day life than Trump does. Come on, man.
Step up and help you with that investigative effort and work alongside our partners daily. That's the benefit of working and living here in Pima County is every law enforcement agency head gets along in a great way. We help each other out. I think if you talk to some of your local media here with you, they'll tell you the same. This is rather unique for us in terms of being the first critical incident team that uses all agencies of the Valley to work together. So with that, I'm going to let Mr. Young come up, give a few remarks, and then from there, we'll take your questions.
Thank you, Sheriff.
Facts. He's big happy. You see what I'm saying? Y'all so dumb. You can't even have a solid conversation to Zen. You're dumb, bro. You're dumb. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe for the algorithm, and make sure you hit the bell notification, dog. Yeah, bro. Yeah, and this going on, and that's the thing. It ain't only happening over there in Minnesota. It's not only happening in Memphis, Tennessee. It's happening in Texas. It's happening in Cali. It's happening in Miami. Well, over there in Florida. It's happening down here and over here in Arizona. It's happening everywhere. It's happening everywhere. More border control. More border control. Until you can prove it, Zen, I don't care about what you saw already. If you can't prove it, unrefutable evidence, undeniable evidence that you can, even if you didn't want to believe it, you can look at it and tell, and you got the hardcore evidence, that's when I would say something. But just because you're throwing it out there, that doesn't mean anything to me. That's y'all fucking problem. Y'all just throw shit out there just because you heard somebody else say it. And then guess what you want to do? You want to jump on the bandwagon because you already got a disdain for them. So anything that they say negative about them, you going to agree with. even if you don't even know that if it's factual or not. Y'all just be talking out of your emotions. That's y'all fucking problem. That's y'all's problem. That's y'all problem. Real talk. That is y'all problem. But anyway, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe for the algorithm. Make sure you hit the bell notification.
Listen, your savings account is robbing you blind. But don't worry, I found out a way how to make my money work for me in my sleep, and I can help you do the exact same thing. Now, this isn't no get-rich-quick scheme. This isn't no pyramid scheme. This isn't something just trust me situation. This is legit, and this is something that your every average day person can implement in their lives, and they can really get to a bag. This isn't a short-term play. It's a long-term play. There's a promo going on right now, so you definitely want to jump on it before the price goes up because this is too valuable. The link is in the description. And hey, let's get our money up. Let's get back to the video.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Ooh, let me read this comment real quick. Let me see. El Capitan Games. Another bootlicker stream. Easy block. Bullshit about ism. And excuses to kill citizens. Good luck growing your channel now. Nigga, I'm gonna grow my channel regardless. You ain't gonna stop shit. Who are you? 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 That's what I want to know. Who are you? You think I care that you block my channel? Nigga, I don't give a fuck. I don't need you over here. I do know that this isn't an echo chamber, that's for sure. Listen, everybody in the chat could disagree with me. That's cool. We kicking it. We having fun. They may disagree with me on this Trump situation. That's fine. But there may be other things that we talk about as well that they may agree with. Just because we may disagree on one thing, that don't mean we disagree on everything. That's y'all fucking problem. You emotional. You drink too much soy milk. Grow some balls. Understand to be a man. I don't know if you're a man or not. I'm gonna assume you're a man. I'm gonna assume that you're a man. Grow some balls. Have some kahunas. It's okay to disagree with me. That's fine. I don't care. But we can still have a conversation about it though. But it lets me know you soft. You can't even sit and watch somebody else's stream, even though you disagree with them, because you feel some type of way. You soft. You soft. My question, when did you decide to follow politics? Big dog, I would say I started what we in 2026. I would say I really started paying more attention to it. I would say around the pandemic time. Around the pandemic is when I really started to pay a little bit more attention to it and really started to understand what was going on out here in these streets. You know what I'm saying? But excuse me, when I do look at it, I do try my best to look at it from a business perspective. I try to take my emotions out of it, and I try to look at everything from an objective standpoint. Because at one point, I'll be honest with you, yeah, I voted for Obama back in the day. When I was able to vote, I voted for Obama. I did that. And the reason why I voted for Obama too, let me tell you why I voted for Obama. I voted for Obama because why everybody else did. I voted for Obama because everybody else did, because I was trying to be with the crowd. I was trying to be like everybody. Oh, you voted for Obama, I'm gonna vote for him too. You know, the whole brainwash shit of, oh man, he's a black man, the first black president. Why not, bro? So I fell for it. I can be transparent about that. I did. Until I started to open myself up and started to really like, you know what? Let me start thinking for myself. Let me start thinking for myself. Let me actually start looking at things from not only a business perspective, but also looking at things from a more open standpoint and more objective standpoint. Okay, let me see, what do I agree with on this side? On the Democratic side, do I agree or align with what's going on over here on the Democratic side? And then I look over here on the Republican side. Do I agree? Even though I don't have to agree with 100% of what the Republicans do. Let's be clear about that. I don't have to agree with 100%. But do I mostly align with the Republican Party, or do I mostly align with the Democratic Party? And when I start to look at myself and reevaluate myself, I realize that I align more with the Republican Party. I'm more conservative than anything. I'm not a we need our reparations. I'm not that. I'm not the person that, hey, give it to me, just give it to me, hand it to me. We need it. We need our reparations. Give me money, give me money. I'm not that. That's not me. I'm like, listen, I gotta go and get it. I rather deserve it. I rather earn my shit, which is why I created the Earn Circle for my Patreon. Make sure you tap into the Patreon. Link is in the description as well as pinned in the comments. Because we earn everything. That's why when the Zone said you only got 10 views, I'm like, that's cool, but understand where I came from. I started from 0. I started from 0 views. So if I'm at 10, that's a plus for me. So then in the future, people gonna say, oh, well, you only got 50 people. That's cool, because guess what? I only had 10. And then so on and so forth. It grows, it grows, it grows. It grows over time. I'm not doing this as a fly-by-night situation. I'm building something here. Yeah, it's a slow growth. That's what YouTube is. YouTube is one of the hardest fucking things to grow and build. It's hard, especially when you're doing shit the right way. You ain't paying. You're not paying to boost your shit. You're actually doing the fucking work. You're growing over time. So yeah, I would say I would more so align with being a capitalist. To answer your question, Justin. To answer your question, yes. Yeah, you can pretty much say that, right? Yeah, if these Democrats were in third world country acting like this, exactly. But this is how you know we live in a first world country. People are so entitled to the fact that the most simplest shit as protesting, motherfuckers think that they can harm a federal agent's vehicle and think they can get away with it and think it's okay. They think that they can impede on the, and here's the thing. I hate to bring race into this situation because I try my best to keep race out of it, but you ain't gonna see black people doing this type of shit. Go back and look at the Minnesota videos. Where do you see black people out there? It's majority white, liberal white men and liberal white women out there. It's majority of them out there. Now, don't get me wrong. There was a Black Lives Matter movement, and they completely scammed the black community. That's why I didn't go for it. I'm like, nah, you ain't finna scam me, bro. Talk some Black Lives Matter fact. No. And they come to find out they've been out here scheming and scamming, stealing money. Come on, man. But hey, it is what it is. But to answer your question, bro, that's why. So I appreciate you asking that question, man, so I can give y'all a little bit more insight. But yeah, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe for the algorithm, and make sure you hit the bell notification. All right, so I want to go to this next topic. Right? I want to talk about Anton Daniels, and here's why. I know some of you may not know who Anton Daniels is, but on a side of YouTube that a lot of people don't talk about, and that's typically geared towards the black community for the most part. Him and Corey Holcomb had an interview together, and things went left. And then things continued to go left after the interview. There was still, everybody had their beef on what happened between the two. And then Corey Holcomb decided to come out the woodwork and, put his family out there on the platform, which that's a big no-no. Leave the family, leave the kids out of the situation. If me and you got a beef, it's between you and I, not everybody else. It's between you and I, right? And so everybody coming out the woodwork, making videos. And what's crazy is I've seen a lot of videos of people going against Anton, which is, it's fair. Hey, do your thing. But here's the problem. A lot of them are making up lies, and they're trying to eat off of Anton Daniels' name because this is so viral. So everybody's coming out the woodwork to make money and try to get their views up and all that type of shit. But it ain't gonna last them long because a lot of them suck ass content creators. Let's just be honest. But that's neither here nor there. I'm not here to talk about people. It is what it is. So because everybody's trying to speak so negative negatively about Anton Daniels. You know, I want to speak on the positive side of it and how he tries to help individuals and help people build themselves back up, even if you are in a fucked up situation. How he talks about how he gives back to the actual, how he's in the streets giving back to the community, giving money, things like that, and how he's helping you and trying to help people grow and learn. So I'm gonna play this video and then I'm gonna give my thoughts and opinions. I'm gonna do some commentary in between if I believe there's some commentary there. So we're gonna go ahead and get to it. And look, and if y'all got any more questions, man, make sure you tap into the super chat as well. All right. So let's go ahead and get to it.
The game, though. I could have went to the game, but I didn't make it to the game. And I also had a conversation with my wife, right? And that conversation was, hey, listen, it's September, it's the 9th. It's roughly 4 months until we get into the new year, a little less than 4 months until we get into the new year. And I got to go into monk mode. And so a lot of people asking me, Anton, what is monk mode? And monk mode is kind of something spiritual, but I like to expand it to being something that everybody can embrace because everybody don't believe like me, right? And so I gave it the name monk mode. But in a sense, it allows for you to recenter yourself and refocus on certain things. So it's some things that you may want to solve for in your life. Maybe you got some problems. You know, we've seen what was happening with Rich Homie Quan. And I think personally that addiction is a big deal. That's not something that I deal with personally as far as drug addiction. But I think that everybody has vices. Everybody has weaknesses. And if we don't address them, and this is largely something that I speak to men about, but I definitely want to make sure that women help y'all to understand that women can embrace this too. We run on this treadmill every single day and we don't stop and take accountability, or we don't take inventory of what our lives are really like. And so we just run. And you find yourself in the same position or worse every single year. You keep doing the same thing over and over and getting the same results. And you don't really understand what's happening in your life. And so, you know, most people, they all do it at the same time and they all fall off within the first 15 days or 2 weeks, right? And so what they do is they go into the new year, they say, oh God, we got New Year's resolutions. And then all of the gyms make a whole bunch of money because they all know that y'all gonna sign up. The people that are regulars at the gym, they get upset because they already know that they're gonna have to pull back a little bit or go at a different time because they know all of y'all gonna rush in at the same time. And then they know within a month, everything is gonna go back to normal. People gonna go back to their lives. Nobody is really gonna do anything, and you're not gonna get the results that you want. My mic is messing up. All right, hold on. Give me a second. I don't know what's going on today. Mic was fine, so that means all of your money. And then after they capture all of your money, you gonna fall off. You're gonna go back to the thing that you normally was, and you're not gonna be going back to the gym or whatever your New Year's resolutions are. It's going to be dead, right? And so this can apply to both men and women, but, you know, I usually adapt it to men more because I speak more with men or speak more towards men because I understand that the greatness of any community is based off of how great their men are, right? And so what I tell people to do, and what I dropped in this morning on the Anton Daniels channel, was a video that basically said it's time to go into monk mode. And yesterday, instead of going to the Lions game, instead of going to hang out at brunch, instead of going to spend a whole bunch of time with people, my daughter, my wife, the people that surround me, they understand that it's time for me to recenter on myself. And you have heard me say often at times, you have to be selfish before you can be selfless. Let me say that again for the people in the back. You have to be selfless or selfish before you can be selfless, because you cannot pour out of an empty cup.
So for those, so translation for a lot of people who don't understand that means get the beam out of your own eye first before you can focus on anybody else. Get yourself in order first. Build yourself up. Because here's what you got to understand. When your cup overflows, it then flows into other people's cups. And when their cups fills up, it overflows to the next, and then so on and so forth, right? You have to focus on you first. So I'll give you an example. In order for me to go and give back to the Black community, in order for me to create jobs and create businesses for other Black people, or not even Black people, just people in general, right? I don't even want to use just Black people. Create for people in general, right? I have to first focus on me. I have to be selfish first. I have to be the one that's going to do the building. I have to be the one that's going to sacrifice. I have to be the one that do the shit that other people won't do. I have to be the one that's going to do the hard work and put the 10,000 hours in. I have to do that first. Because once I put the 10 hours in, I've done the effort, I've done the sacrifice. And now because I put all this effort in and I've done all of these things, and now I get the fruits. Now I start to get the fruits. I can enjoy that labor a little bit, but I still got to continue to keep working and keep building, because now I'm putting people in positions now. Excuse me. And now because I'm putting these people in these positions, I have to continue to keep working in order to make sure that they are sustained in their positions. And so we continue this whole cycle. So therefore, you have to be selfish first. You have to be selfish first. You have to focus on you. I know some people, especially when you got a wife, if you got kids, if you got a woman at the crib, or whatever the case may be, at some point you got to have that conversation with your lady or your wife or whatever. Listen, I need you to dial in with me. There's gonna be some time where it's gonna be 70% you, and it's only 30% me. But in order for me to get to that 100% while I'm 100% here, I gotta focus this 70. I gotta focus on this. I got to, in order to get us to that position and get us to the goal that we're trying to get to.
You can't add value into people if you're broken as an individual. You can't go into a relationship thinking that you can be interdependent on somebody else for your happiness, because then if they have a bad day, then everything just crashes out. In every aspect of your life, spiritually, emotionally, mentally, financially, sexually. I know it's a lot of people that in society, I ain't even gonna say a lot of people that watch this. It's just a lot of people in society that spend a lot of time masturbating.
Yep, facts.
They can't shake it.
Facts. Even
if they're not getting box, or even if they're not addicted to box. And some of us have become so, I've heard some of the wildest stories. Some of y'all have become so sexually deviant to where, unless it's something that's just out of this world crazy, you don't even get off no more. You can't even get it up unless you throw a pill in. Some of us have been eating this trash food, fast food. It's bad enough the stuff that's in the grocery stores got all of this preservatives and coloring number 9 in it and all of this stuff. We've been eating trash for so long that our body is adapted to it. And so if you fast for 7 days straight, your body is going to be going through a withdrawal. Yep. And it's almost going to be like you on meth. It's going to be like you on crack. It's going to be like you on heroin, and your body going to go through a withdrawal. You're going to be shaking. Some of us are so addicted to date naps and stuff like that. Some of us are so focused on smoking trees so much that you don't even have no clarity no more. Your entire view of life is skewed. Your entire life is a smoke. It's fog. It's foggy. And you think that that's the way that you're supposed to see things, and that's your norm because you've been doing it for so long that you forgot what being clear looks like.
Yeah. Some
of us ain't picked up a book in so long that we ignorant. And so we depend on other people on the internet, and a lot of them is giving y'all bad information on talking points on how you supposed to do things.
Yeah.
You ain't talked to God in so long because you just been coasting. And that's why God said that he don't like lukewarm, because see, if you're doing really well, he can deal with you. If you're doing really bad, you're going to fall back into God. But usually the people that's just coasting in the middle, they just forget. And it just becomes a norm because they haven't had to do anything extra or extraordinary in order to get to a different point, which would require more than what the general public do. And that's the thing that people are missing about this situation, is that in order to be or get some extraordinary results, you got to do stuff that you ain't never did before. Not only you have to do things that the majority of the population are not willing to do. And so when
think about it, think about this though. There's a reason why there's the 1%, the 5%, the 10%, the 20%. They're doing the shit that most people, the majority of individuals, won't do. Let's be real. They're doing most things. Majority of people are doing the things that are not going to get them to the place of where they want to be. because they just want to live. You can ask your everyday, listen, man, I just want to live a lifestyle. I just want to live a comfortable and chill lifestyle, man. You know, I don't want too much. You know what I'm saying? I just want a little piece of the pie and then I'm good. Go and ask somebody. Listen, go and ask somebody right now. You can ask somebody that you randomly walk by. You can ask them, listen, what do you want in life? Oh, I just want to make sure I got a roof over my head. I just want to make sure I'm making decent money so that way I can have a nice I can earn a living, a good living while I'm comfortable. You know, I'm good where I can pay my bills on time, things like that. Man, you crazy. Now you go and ask somebody who's a 5% and say, hey man, what do you want? What is it that you want in life? Shit, I want it all. I want it all. I want the life. Not only do I want to live a certain lifestyle, but also I want to be able to build a legacy and also be able to maintain my lifestyle after I retire. So I got to make sure I'm continuously working. They're constantly working. They're constantly working. There has to be a trade-off. There has to be a trade-off at the end of the day. There has to be. There needs to be a trade-off every day. So even if you think you're doing a lot, you need to 10x it. And here's the thing, I'm talking to myself too. That's what's crazy. I talk to myself too. Like, listen, bro, you doing what you're doing right now, but you got to 10x that shit. You got to step over that. You got to step over one more hump. You got to step over one more hump, big dog. So I could be transparent with y'all. I'm retraining myself. Retraining on the things that I gotta do in order to get to where I'm going. So that means doing the things that people want to do. See, you see a lot of people who read books, but guess what? Guess what type of books they read? They read fantasy books. They read dream books. They read love books, but they ain't reading books that's actually going to help them. They're not reading self-improvement books. They're not reading books that's actually giving you the game and actually helping you level up. I'm reading a book right now by Cody Sanchez. It's called Main Street Millionaire, on how to purchase a business, on how to purchase a boring business right now, because I'm in the process of not only building my platform, but I'm also going to use my platform as a way to also find deals. Right? But that's something I'll talk about later. That might be something I might put in my Patreon on what I'm doing and how I'm going to do it. That might be Patreon stuff. So make sure you tap into the Patreon. Link is in the description as well as pinned in the comments. All right. And so I'm learning the game behind that, because a lot of people think that you need millions of dollars. They think you need 6 figures. You need to make 6 figures, or you need to have $30,000 saved up in order to even try to invest in the business. But the more that you learn, the more that you know, it's like, I didn't know I can start you can have a 9 to 5 right now. Let's just say you make $40K a year at your job, right? Did you know that you can, of course, it's going to take work. So that's inevitable. It takes work. But did you know that you can purchase a boring business, car wash, laundromat, window cleaning services, landscaping services, pressure washing services, junk removal services, things like that. You can purchase these businesses with $0 down. All you need to do is get in contact with the actual owner. 9 times out of 10, this owner is going to be an older guy who's ready to retire. They're ready to get out the game. They don't have this business to pass down to anyone, and so they're ready to make a move. You can go to Chamber of Commerce, connect with some people, see who's actually, just talk to people, have a drink with people, and see what they're talking about. See who's actually out here trying to sell a business. And these are the things, not only am I learning, but guess what? I'm going to be implementing those things too. So yeah.
Everybody else is partying, when everybody else is doing things, when I could have been just okay and everything would have been just fine as far as going through on the weekend and Sunday. And I did have to do a live stream yesterday. But when I could have went out and partied and went out to the game and did whatever it is that everybody else was doing, I decided to come into the studio and from 10:30 a.m. until about 9 p.m. last night. So I'm 11 and a half hours in on Sunday. I'm redoing the studio. I'm setting stuff up. I'm putting new computers in. I'm working. I'm setting up for Monday. I'm setting up for the week. I'm redoing some graphics, tweaking some things here, preparing for the upcoming show, having conversations with people, doing business deals. Me and Angela Stanton, we probably gonna live stream on a Wednesday night after the debate. We preparing, we looking at upcoming business deals. I'm talking to offshore developers. Yesterday, I put in a hot 12 hours just in the studio, and then I did some more at the crib. Went back to the apartment, washed some clothes, set some stuff up, put some stuff in a position, made sure that I shaved, made sure that I prepared myself, got my clothes ready for the gym in the morning and stuff like that. Started my fast because I'm gonna do this with you. And so every single year before New Year's, we recalibrate, we dedicate ourselves, and we start to prepare, and we're gonna go into the new year running. So when everybody else is getting ready for it, we already running through it.
What's an American process? What's an American thought process? What do you mean? What's an American thought process?
And so we need clarity. And this is when you have to come into monk mode. Listen, I understand that some of us have some obligations that we already got scheduled. Me too. Got to go out of town in order to go to my brother's birthday. Got to take care of some business. Got to do some live shows and some stuff that I already got on the calendar. But outside of that, cut off everything. And if you worried about whether or not your girl or your guy is...
Oh, you saying that people who don't travel enough. So are you saying that people who don't travel enough are they think because the media may make black people look like they're slow? Is that what you're saying?
Still gonna be with you after you come out of this thing that's gonna be best for you. And they not, then they wasn't for you in the first place. If they can't give you 90 days, and monk mode is a 90-day thing that we do.
Okay.
If they can't give you 90 days to become full, to become whole, to become the best person that you can be, so you can be a good person for them. And I'm not telling you to completely absolve yourself of your responsibilities. Take care of your kids. Do the things that you're supposed to do. But if they can't give you 90 days to fix yourself or to recalibrate or to refine yourself, or to get back, because some of us is not even broken. Some of us is not even in a bad space. We just need to refine some things. We may need to give up a couple things. We may have fallen away from some stuff that we would normally do because we've gotten so caught up in the world or so caught up in what was going on in life and stuff that don't even really matter. Recalibrate, clean out your system, go through a cleanse. And when I say a cleanse, I'm talking about food-wise. I'm talking about your friends. You may have to go on social media and purge.
Let me pause right here. I want to say something. I want to address something real quick. And a lot of people are going to sit here and say, oh, bro, you out here. Damn, bro, get off his nuts, bro. Get off his nuts. Here's the thing. I'm going to be 110% transparent. You can look at this as a bias. You can look at this as a way of me saying, hey, bro, you know what I'm saying? Damn, bro, you just got a bias because of this. Listen, I had the luxury of having a one-on-one call with Anton Davis. I had the luxury of doing it, right? And what I want to say is the things that he taught me within that one-on-one call has helped me a lot in what I'm doing today. Right? And so when I look at certain people, I have this thing where I can look at people and tell when they're genuine and when they just full of shit. Because there's a lot of people that I don't follow. There's a lot of people that I'm not susceptible to. There's a lot of people that I ain't listen to that bullshit. I'm not with that. Get out of my face. I'm not with it. But what I can say that a lot of the people that spew a lot of negative shit, again, it's media. A lot of people, they just trying to get their shit off. They trying to make money and shit off of some drama. But one thing about me, I'm gonna give you some drama, but at the same time, we're gonna talk real talk over here. We're gonna get back to the money. We're gonna talk about leveling up. We're gonna talk about building. We're gonna talk about growing. I got friends right the fuck now who are out here building. They're doing this shit in real time. They're doing this shit in real fucking time, bro. And the people and the reason this is why I'm not even upset about it, but this is why I get passionate about it, because you got black people that are actually out here trying to do shit for y'all in the black community, trying to help y'all, putting y'all in different spaces. I can be honest with y'all right now. I was able to go into this man's Patreon, right? Teaching the game, investing your money, learning how to invest your money, which is why I came up with the idea of what I do on my Patreon, right? In regards to Earn While You Save. That's an ebook to teach you how to start investing your money, especially if you got a 9-to-5. A lot of people talk about their 9-to-5. Oh, I don't know how to save my money. A lot of y'all don't even know how to invest in your 401k. A lot of y'all don't even know what the fuck a Roth IRA is, let alone how to invest in it. You don't even know that you can get stock options at your company. You just missing out on money. But you over here talking about reparations. And you get mad when another black man tells you, nigga, you dusty. I'm giving you the information, but because you got a hatred for me, you are blocking your blessings of learning how to level yourself up in life. That's crazy to me. That's wild. It's wild. But you can see that. But here's the thing. Go and look at the people that actually rock with Corey Holcomb right now. Go and look at them. Go and look at their archetype. Go look at them. And then look at the archetype of the people who are, let's just say who rock with Anton. Look at the archetype of the individuals. That's all I'm going to say. And it'll tell you the difference. It'll tell you the difference. But guess what? I'm a man. I'm able to be objective about things. I'm able to look at a situation and say, you know what? I ain't with it. My friends can contest to it. I ain't gonna go for everything. I ain't crazy. Yeah, sometimes I can go hard on one situation. I can lean heavy on it and you can't move me from it. I can be very stubborn. I can be. That's fine. Sometimes I gotta be stubborn. But that's just who I am. But let's keep the video going before I don't want to keep rambling.
You may have subscribed to a bunch of garbage that you don't need to be a part of no more. You may need to go down your Instagram list, your TikTok, and unsubscribe from some stuff. You may need to let some people go. You may need to, go on a little sabbatical. You may need to pick up your Bible, start reading again, start reading some financial books, go through your budget and start cutting out all of the fast food eating and all of the stuff that don't matter. Clean up. It's time to go into monk mode. I know that everybody else is going to be partying for Thanksgiving and celebrating. That's the time that we deep dive. We start to go down. And it's going to get difficult because it's always going to look. I know that it's going to be some people that jump into this and they're going to be like, yeah, let's get started. 2 weeks from now, if it's 100 of us that do it, if it's 1,000 of us that do it, cut off 50% of them. 50% of y'all ain't going to make it in the first 2 weeks. 50% of y'all ain't going to make it in the first 2 weeks. You're going to fail. And you know what you're going to do? You're going to resort back to hanging out with the people that's just in the middle because you're going to need some comfort. You're going to want that comfort food. You're going to need that sugar rush. You're going to want to feel like you're a part of something. You're not going to want to feel like an outcast amongst people that are elite. We are an elite squad. We are chasers. We are bag chasers. We really bag catchers, but I say bag chasers because it ring a little bit differently. We are part of an elite group of people that are special. We are designated to do something that the rest of the world can't do. They're not capable. They don't have the discipline. They weak. When they fall, they just lay there. They don't get back up. And so it's going to be half of y'all that fall off within the first 2 weeks. Another 25% is going to fall off within the first month. But it's some of us that's meant to be rich. Some of us are meant to be special. Some of us are meant to live in good health till we 90 years old. Some of us don't need trees in order to get clarity to create greatness. Some of us ain't gonna need a pill in order to get it up. Some of us don't need porn in order to get turned on. Some of us don't need people to give us motivation in order for us to be the best versions of ourselves. At some point, you want to become the motivation for somebody else.
Facts.
Some of us ain't gonna need debt in order to maintain a lifestyle. We're gonna be debt free.
Listen, bro, that nigga said some shit there. Listen, I'm telling you, you become the motivation when you start taking fucking action. When you stop making excuses, you take fucking action. When people are seeing you and they see you being consistent on a consistent basis, regardless if that's one one time out the week and you consistent on every fucking Monday. Boom, I'm consistent every Monday, consistent every Monday. They may not say nothing to you right now. I promise you. I promise you. They ain't gonna say nothing to you. You keep doing it. You keep doing it. You keep doing it. They notice, bro. They see you. They see you. I am prime fucking example, dog. I started this channel 2 years ago. I started this channel 2 fucking years ago. 2. I never thought I would even be at 2,000. Some people still say, listen, bro, nigga, you still a micro creator. Correct, I am. But that's fine because guess what I started? I started at 0, my nigga. 0. 0. 0. Nobody was watching me, bro. This ain't even tipping the fucking iceberg. This is what's crazy. I got so much in line. I got so much coming, bro. I got so much coming. I'm telling you, I got so much coming. So much coming. As we continue to build, as we continue to grow. I haven't even told y'all even half the shit that I'm gonna be doing. My main focus is staying consistent. My main focus is making sure that I continue to keep showing up. My main focus is making sure that I keep pouring into y'all. You can go look at my first video that I ever created on this channel. It's totally different. It's totally different from how it looks back then to how it looks right now. Fam, when I tell you, listen, during the live stream, nobody was watching. That bitch said 0. That bitch said 0. Now, of course, my homies, they gonna show love. You know what I'm saying? But that ain't, I wouldn't even say that's expected. You know what I'm saying? The homies gonna do what the homies gonna do, so the homies don't count. I'm talking about people outside of that. I'm talking about people outside of that. Didn't nobody know who this is. There was a time where nobody was in my chat at all. Not one person would comment. It's crazy. It's crazy.
And so help your people around you to understand that if you want to love on me and you want the best for me, then you're going to support me in my journey over these next 90 days in order to have clarity. And it don't mean that you got to have a bad attitude. You ain't got to not talk to people.
Fact.
But just understand that I can't eat the way you going to eat over the next 90 days. I can't hang out in the places that you want to hang out over the next 90 days. I'm not spending no more money unless it's on an investment or saving or stacking or paying off debt over this next 90 days.
You lying.
I'm not participating and going out for Black Friday and going drinking the day after Thanksgiving and spending a whole bunch of money on the holiday on a bunch of stuff just to please people, and they're not even going to care about it next year. You don't even remember what you bought people for Christmas, and you went into debt to do it. It took you 8 months to get out of debt from what you spent in Christmas, and don't nobody even care. We're not doing that no more this year.
Appreciate you, bro.
We're not doing that no more this year. We're going to 100% get focused. We're going to get clear.
Yep.
We not gonna need or depend on any of this stuff that's keeping us on the drip, meaning that all of these pills that you taking and all of this stuff that you taking or whatever in order to cope, or this medicine, it's not curing you. You just treating the symptoms. You got to get down. You got to get into the core of what's wrong with you. And I understand that everybody has something and everybody is dealing with something. So this is what I want you to do before we get started with the show. Go through and write down. You ain't got to show it to nobody. You ain't got to tell us. This is just for you. Go through and write down everything that you want to get rid of over the next 30 days, everything that you want to start to get clarity on over the next 60 days, and then everything that you want to accomplish and you want to set your sights on and focus on over the next 90 days. Get rid of 30, clarity on 60, accomplishments is on 90. That's why we do it. The 30 days is to create the habit and to break the curses. That's breaking the generational curses. The 60 days is the sustainability. That's when you start to get clarity and start to focus and start to move things around. The 90 is when you start to capitalize, and that's when you take off. That's what we focus on. By the time everybody else figure it out, you're going to be 30 pounds down, 60 pounds down. Clarity, breaking generational curses, no more needing that medicine. You don't have to have healthcare coverage just so you can start to treat the symptoms. You got healthcare coverage just in case anything happens. That's what healthcare is supposed to be for.
Facts.
We getting clarity. We leaving all of that nonsense, all of the devil's work, all of them demons that's on your back. We leaving all of that behind. We kicking it. It's going to be hard. Anything that's worth having is going to be hard. That ain't supposed to be easy. If it was easy, everybody could have it. That's why they say everybody can't be a millionaire. Everybody can't be a billionaire. You're right. It's not for you. It's
the thing is, and what's crazy is it's so hard, but yet it's so easy, bro. It's so hard, but yet it's so fucking easy. It's the boring shit, bro. It's the boring shit. It's the boring shit. It's the boring shit. Consistency is boring. It's the same shit over and over and over. You implement something else, but it's the same shit. You be consistent. You do something. Boom. Boom, you implement. Oh, you integrate. You integrate, but you're still doing the same fucking thing over and over and over and over again, over and over and over again, over and over and over again. You integrate over and over and over and over. It's the same thing, bro. I started to align myself and my thinking. It's like, listen, man, let me look at what's going on with these people who are actually out here making money. I'm talking about real money. We're not talking about these one-offs. We're talking about people who are actually making real money out here. They have a boring lifestyle. And no, I don't mean boring by sitting on the couch, watching TV. They come home from whatever they were doing. They sit down, they kick their feet up. No. Their life is boring, but it's consistent. It's intentional. They wake up at a certain time every fucking morning. They go to the gym. That's what a lot of people understand too. A lot of successful people, they go to the gym, they work out, whether it's at home or they actually go to the gym. They work out on a consistent basis. That's one. They have a calendar. That's one thing that I make sure I got. I got my calendar set up. I have a calendar. You have to have a calendar. So that's for the people who are around you. So therefore, if some shit pop up, like, listen, open, check my calendar. I'm busy. I got shit going on. It keeps you from the bullshit that's going on in the outside world, and it keeps you focused. And it also keeps you aligned with, your spouse or your girl or your people, whoever you with. You know what I'm saying? You can invite them into that so they understand and know your schedule as well. So therefore, there ain't gonna be no questions asked. Like, listen, I got this going on, X, Y, and Z. It keeps your mind clear for once. You don't got to think about what you got to do, but it also keeps you consistent. You keep that consistent. And now you're working. You read, and you're not just reading fantasy books. You're reading books that's actually helping you level up. It's actually helping you grow. And on top of that, you may be on phone calls and you're constantly learning. You're constantly learning and building, implementing, learning, being coachable, learning. The biggest thing is learning. Always being coachable, always remaining a student of it, perfecting your craft, putting in your 10,000 hours, and you're just fucking grinding, learning to say no to things, even though a lot of people, oh man, you always working. Nope, I can't do it, bro. I got things to do. Nope, I'm not where I want to be. Can't do it. But no, you can do it for, can't do it. I got things to do. Now they do say, celebrate the small wins. You got to celebrate the small wins. So nobody's saying that you got to say no to everything, but 90% of the time you got to say no. But you got to celebrate the small wins. I haven't celebrated my 2K yet. I plan to, but you know what I'm saying? But I got to celebrate the small wins because that's a milestone. Some people haven't even hit 2K. Some people can't even fathom 2K right now. Some people can't even see 2K and they just starting their YouTube channel out. So that's an accomplishment in itself, right? But the goal is 10K, 100K, 1 mil. That's the bigger goal, but we gotta celebrate the smaller wins. But boring, consistency. Implementation, build, grow, learn. All of these things are compiled in this situation, and you have to continue to keep doing it on a consistent basis.
For me. And so, ladies, gentlemen, everybody that is watching this right now, you need clarity. There are some things in your life that we have to solve for, and we want the best of it. So that's monk mode. That's what we doing. All right, y'all ready? Y'all ready? Y'all ready to get this money? We got.
All right, so I'm gonna stop it right there. Shout out to that dude Anton Daniel. Shout out to AD, and the reason I played this, is because a lot of people have been putting out a lot of negative content about the dude, right? They haven't put out any content. They're talking about, oh, he's fake, he ain't a real Christian, he all this extra shit. But yet they're not putting out the positive content. They're not putting out the shit that he's doing to build, to grow, and how he got to this point, how he's investing, how he's doing things for his daughter, how he's doing things for his wife. He's giving his life and his wife and his daughter. And he's created this entire trajectory of their life that a lot of people couldn't even fathom. Because a lot of people got a lot of hate in their heart. Because, let's be honest, some people wish they were him. So all they can do is hate. All they can do is hate. I don't know the man personally, but I know from the things that I've seen and the things, and as long as I've been following him and paying attention to him, I don't see anything negative. I see positive, how he's championing the best that's for the Black community, and how he's trying to help people, get out of that plantation mindset. Like, listen, bro, you are in control of your own life. Why you still being dusty? Why you still acting like a degenerate? You got full control of your life and what you can do. You can change your life. But you continue to keep listening to other people. You continue to keep hanging around these degenerate ass people. You keep doing stupid shit out here in these streets. I don't champion that. I champion the shit that's good for the Black community. That's what I champion. But they don't want to talk about that. They don't want to have those conversations. Because niggas want to be degenerate. Niggas want to be drama. They want this love and hip hop. They want this love and hip hop drama. Hip hop Miami drama. That's what they want. That's what they feed on. If it ain't negative, they don't want it. Why do you think there's so many people who have completely negative content? All they talk about is negative shit. Their shit always blowing the fuck up. But then when it comes to people who are talking positive, it's slower growth. Why do you think that is? People don't want to hear that shit. Oh, I don't want to be positive because I don't believe in that shit. Because these niggas are degenerate. They negative. They got that demon on their back. What up, KD? What up with it? So it is what it is. But make sure you like, comment, and subscribe for the algorithm, and make sure you hit the bell notification. Listen, if you want to support the channel, tap into the super chats. Listen, you are investing in the platform in order for us to continue to keep growing and continue to keep building. So your investment matters. The chat lives matter. You hear me? So make sure you support the channel, all right? And also make sure you hit a like and share the live. All right, so I want to go to this next topic. And y'all remember I was talking about drama? We finna get right into it. So Myron Gaines, and they got academics in the fresh and fit. So he's talking to a couple of progressive shit. I can't talk right now. A couple of progressive women on the panel, and so on Myron's side, he's basically saying that men are superior to women, and this other woman is saying that, why are you saying this? There are things that women are better at than men. The whole conversation that we had, but we're gonna dive into it though. So let's get into it. Let's get into it.
Take this one out. Thank you guys for having me. This is honestly some.
I think men should be the providers and protectors, but I think that with that, responsibility, we should also have the authority to tell her what it is. I don't believe in this whole 50-50 partnership and her opinion matters. If I don't agree with it, the man is the final decision maker is my take on it.
Yeah, and that's how I grew up with my family too. And I kind of like that it was, my mom was kind of a little bit more on the other side she was, the decision maker. She, did a lot of things, and that was kind of yes, but, I'm the final boss, So I do feel because I come from a very traditional family that
Wait, who the final boss?
Her dad.
My dad.
Her mom made like a lot of the decisions.
Oh,
But
yeah.
like, when it was serious,
My mom is
step
very
in.
intelligent, and my dad trusts my mom, and my
Yeah.
mom trusts my dad.
Yeah, you
So-
can delegate stuff, but I mean,
Exactly.
my point is like, you know, as long as the man is a final decision maker, like where he's making all the most important decisions and everything goes to him, that's my thing. I don't think anything works under a matriarchy. I don't think born leaders. I don't think they're should ever be in positions of power. I don't think they should have the right to vote. Any of this stuff, because when we put in positions of power, problems arise.
I can't wait till you get married.
Yo, I ain't gonna lie to you, and I want to shout my nigga Myron out, man.
His wedding.
Yo, my nigga Myron on the tight ship. Yo, my nigga Myron like young boy, man. Like straight up, like yo, this is my program. What you got going on, man? Like this is the program right here. Like
But
yo,
I'm curious though, do you also think they cannot learn those things? They're incapable of learning and growing in those areas? Not saying
In
they
what
should
regard?
be good at, just like, for example, a leadership thing or like calling shots.
Sure, but are they ever going to be as good as men?
No.
Like I always look at it as like, okay, they might be capable, but are they optimal? Just because they can do it doesn't mean that they should.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, just because
they won't reach an equal level. I get that, but it doesn't
So,
mean
like-
they're incapable.
Like with the military, for example, the police department, right? We let them come into the police department, even though they're weaker or can't make the same level of decisions.
Like,
they can't subdue a criminal, but we let them come in so that we can make them feel happy and equal. But we've just weakened the police force to let them come in and feel better.
But it's a double-sided sword. It's not just for them. It's also bad for they have more people.
I don't know a bitch right now like he's shooting
What
their
do
head
you
off.
mean?
Like,
Then
doesn't it
what?
benefit both sides? Like you say, we let them in to make the war, but it's the like people that let them in
at
also.
the cost of weakening the police force.
Yeah.
So we want to make women feel happy and equality, but we've effectively weakened the police force and made it more dangerous for all the men that are there because now they have to do twice the work.
Okay.
Like, let's say wouldn't you
I
be
ain't gonna
pissed
lie,
off if
yo,
you
she
got
got with
shot?
the program.
And you get, let's say you're a man, right, and you're 200 pounds, and you get shot, and your partner's a little 150 pound. She can't drag you to safety.
No,
Wouldn't you be pissed off that?
absolutely not.
But she might
Absolutely.
can cover
But she
the
could might
room,
shoot
get it
good.
together,
Okay,
get the
can you
ball
just stop
rolling.
ad-libbing in the back, please? Like, it's really annoying and rude. And like, if you have an argument to make, please make your argument. But like the ad-libs on the side just need to stop. What are you saying?
But she could maybe shoot, right, and shoot somebody
But
else.
she over there drinking 2 cups. God damn. Listen, she ain't trying to have no conversation. She just there to have a good time, have a free drink. She just over that bitch drinking.
You know, she might not be able to lift, but she might be able to
She
aim.
got 2 cups.
Yeah, but yo, if you call a cop, say your boyfriend's beating your ass.
No.
Dog, Shorty got 2 cups over that bitch.
I think I'll do a wraparound. We'll wrap around.
If you see another that look a little shorter than you, she's got a fat butt that show up. What she got going on? She got a badge and gun. You gonna be like, send me the biggest brolic you can find. My boyfriend think he that. I guarantee his tone gonna change when the big pop up. You don't want no like little midget ass popping up like, hey, where is he at? Out here.
I'm not disagreeing on and men can be equal. Like, I'm totally agree with that, but it's more like you say it only benefits to let them, for example, in the military, but it also benefits the military because they have more hands to make the job done.
But it's
That's
harder
kinda what I'm
because men have to
asking.
do more just to protect them to be safe as well.
But if a woman goes in the military, it's not the man's job to protect her in there, right?
What?
Okay,
It's honor code.
You know,
duty.
us
Yeah, I'm
allowing
just
men
here for
into certain
education.
workplaces has only really benefited them.
Okay.
Affirmative action, DEI, all this other stuff. It's really
don't know
only
what that
benefited while weakening the workforce in the process because we want equality.
Okay.
But unfortunately, like equality just isn't a real concept between men and women. Like we just are not capable in most regards of
being equal. Yeah,
there's
absolutely.
not, and we're weakening.
Why do you, ladies, I gotta ask y'all a question. I gotta know, like, real talk. I gotta ask y'all a question. Why do y'all get those lip rings? What is that shit? What is that? This little shit right here. What the fuck is that? Why do y'all get that? Is it a form of rebellion that nobody can tell you what you can do, or is it you think it's cute? What is that shit?
The workforce to do it.
Okay.
So I don't think I don't think it's like we're over here like, oh, we just got to make them feel good. Like, let's let them hire them as cops. Let's hire them as in the military. Let's lower the standards so they can get in. And then when push comes to shove, you know, you're on a night call with a partner and you get hurt. She can't actually do anything.
Okay.
There's so many instances. Watch these police cam videos. Like the woman freaks out. She doesn't know what to do. She gets disarmed, whatever. And now the guy's got to make up for her, you know, inability to protect herself.
Okay.
And everyone's in danger now because now the dude disarmed her. There's like a bunch of police videos that show this shit, and it's just, yeah, I don't know. I think it's we live in a crazy world now where it's like, let's go off of how we feel versus what's real. And the reality is you guys just suck at everything. And you guys shouldn't be in certain positions.
Bro, it's all wrong.
What?
Screen.
That's crazy.
You agree?
That's definitely not the poll, please.
Now she's trying to get up in there. Now Myron spin facts still though.
Yo, that's green.
Ow! That's
Yeah,
crazy.
Michael Jackson shit. Like, that's crazy.
That's fine shit though.
That's crazy.
Stop playing with Shorty. She fine shit.
Yo,
you agree with what Myron said though? He basically said I need to stay in the kitchen and stop playing, man.
Bro, that's fucked up.
Put that somebody in there. Bills. He added MJ.
Oh
my God. Stay in the kitchen, they'd be safer.
No, you agree?
Yeah, I'm gonna take this one out. Thank you guys for having me. This is like honestly some disrespect. So
Okay, well, why do you
what is it? They all got an archetype. They all look a certain way.
Why do you think? Why am I wrong?
I'm not gonna fight with you, but thank you for the opportunity.
Hold on. So this is the problem with progressives. They'll sit there and they'll say you're wrong.
Yeah.
Or I'm gonna check out, but you can't argue the points.
That's fine, man.
This is what progressives always do.
All right.
She's leaving. Yeah, she got triggered.
Give me her shot.
She has a kid though.
It's funny because this is what progressives always do, bro. Like they'll be like, "Oh, I'm just gonna leave. I'm not gonna debate this. Like this bothers me." It's like nothing I said is wrong though. It's all factual,
bro.
But you don't have any supportive evidence. You don't have any research backing up your statements.
that men are superior to women.
It's factual.
This is
Give me the facts.
we're stronger. We're taller. We have more lung
What
capacity.
are the
We have more
facts?
muscle.
Have you done some lateral
we have
reading
bigger, stronger
on this?
bones.
Have you
Like
done research on this?
Yes,
like, what the fuck?
yes.
I
You're
just told you.
stating fact. Like,
This is the truth.
You're just
Can
stating
you let
random
him-
saying it's facts, but it's not.
Hold on, you
Like,
can Google, Chris, you can Google it yourself right now. It's obvious, isn't it? It's
Okay, hold on. What do you? What am I wrong about specifically? What am I wrong about specifically?
When they can't, typically speaking, when they can't argue a fact, when they can't argue the point, they then want to bring up stats and statistics. That's typically what they do. Where are you getting this from? Where are you reading this from? I need to know the stats. I need to know the data. Any other time they say a whole bunch of bullshit and they think it's facts. Like, man, come on with that shit.
Yo, tell me what I'm wrong
Shit
about.
other than just give birth, and I feel like give so much more than just reproduce.
Yo, I gotta
We
prove
have
they're
so
talking
many
about.
good qualities.
Okay, I never
agree.
said you guys can't do other things. I said your main commodity is
with
having
you.
children. That is your main commodity that you guys bring to society. That's what I'm saying.
I
I ain't gonna lie,
think
the
you're
proof
wrong
they
about
got
one
is,
thing.
yo,
I'm not
Chief
sure
Keef-
because I don't know the facts.
Chief
but I
Keef
think
once said the of Sosa. Facts. Straight up.
What'd you say I'm wrong about?
I think I don't know, but I think you're wrong about that. It's only been like the core problem of the whole society of having
Chris.
man's job is to make them happy. But I actually think that the economy also benefits from it.
100%.
Clock it, girl. Clock it.
Look at Norway.
I'm just
for
curious. I'm here
example.
for educate. Like that's
Yeah, but what does that do? It doubles the workforce and wages go down. You know what I mean? Like feminism has been a failed experiment.
But this
There's so many problems with
So
it.
the whole world is failing just to please.
Essentially, yes.
Okay, interesting.
Yes, like feminism has been one of the biggest problems. It's created so many issues in society ever, like low birth rates, a lot of the progressive problems that we have. It leads to socialism. It leads to bad people getting into office because we typically tend to vote for
But it
a more
also
socialist
makes the world like spin when it comes to the money and the economy.
I'm too educated for this shit, and
You're too educated for this shit. Well, a person who's actually educated would actually have the conversation, and she would break it down so that way people can understand. But you don't. You're not as educated as you think you are, so therefore you got to opt out of the situation. You got to opt out of the conversation because you really don't have anything to add because you already have a bias.
Can't even debate my points.
no,
Listen to
because
my
and that's
How about-
so
Prove
disrespectful.
me wrong.
It's rude.
What did I say that's
you
wrong?
You guys are wrong.
What am I wrong about?
Like,
Tell me
it's
how I'm wrong.
just- I'm
sent,
too
y'all.
Tell me how I'm wrong.
respectful for this, and I did say one
See, typical
slight
feminist,
disrespect, I will leave because
This is what progressives
This
do.
is-
They
you
sit
guys
there, they'll
just
say you're
doing this
wrong.
for
I'm like, tell me
clout,
why I'm
and
wrong.
it's
I'm
so
giving you the floor.
fucking-
Tell me why I'm wrong.
The thing is, she don't want to leave. She want to be the main character. She don't want to leave because if she wanted to leave, she would have been left. Just like other shorty did. She got up and she got the fuck up out of there. This one here, she continues to keep talking. She keep talking. She want to be the main character. She want to be the main character. She want that to be She wants to be the one that's running the spot.
Tell me why I'm wrong.
What did I miss?
How am I wrong?
Okay, you're wrong because you're just doing this for clout. You're not.
You're wrong because you're just doing this for clout. You're wrong because you're just doing this for clout.
Man, what the fuck is you talking about?
What the fuck was that? I'm sorry, man. I wasn't thinking of.
No, he's dead ass.
But if you know that, why you
No,
this is
like-
personal? This
Hold
is
on,
why
hold on.
personal.
Ladies.
This
Let
is
her
just
talk.
you hustling.
I'm
and I
telling the
respect
truth.
the hustle. Trust me, I do. It's Miami. You gotta
Wait,
hustle.
so wait.
but-
How am I lying? I'm telling the truth. Men
Yeah,
are
but
superior
you're
to.
educated on this topic.
What do
You're not even looking up research.
Have you taken a
You're not-
biology class before?
I have.
Men are taller, stronger, higher lung capacity,
Yeah,
more
but
muscle,
it depends
denser
what you
bones.
think is better.
They're physically superior. That's what I'm saying.
Superior to what?
Physically superior to.
Okay, physically,
That's
that's
what I said.
different. But what about mentally? What about caring? What about raising kids? Is that not a job? You don't think raising kids is a job?
Men are.
You
You say I'm being censored? I'm not being censored, bro.
don't think raising kids is a job? Answer that question first.
He ain't got no kids.
Men are superior to women in almost everything that matters. If you want to talk about raising children, okay, cool. Men are better than that at that too, actually.
What about being safe?
Hold on. No. The single fathers do better statistically than single mothers. If you want to have that conversation,
That is true.
What statistic are you referring to?
Okay, so they polled.
Okay, not okay.
Single,
That's
they
not
polled,
a website. Give me a website.
He's getting
Okay.
to it.
There's
though.
men.
And
Nah, argue him down. I like what you said.
There's a book.
Sit down, sit
There's a book you can refer to.
Sit down, girl. Sit down,
It's
girl.
called The Rational.
There's stats and data that already has proven that if she was as educated as she would already know this information. But because she don't have a leg to stand on, she's gonna continue to keep talking about stats and data. That's what she's gonna continue to keep doing. There's already been factual evidence that shows that a single father does 10 times better than a single mom. So, and I think to actually clarify even more, a single father is like having a 2-parent household. The child ends up doing a lot better versus in a single mom household. Nah, that's a girl, bro. She just got strong features. You can tell she got lip fillers too.
Man, I'll argue that nigga before.
There we go. Fuck that.
There's a book called The Rational
You
Male
guys
before.
have no comment.
There we go.
Just
I think she got, to be honest with you, I think she got them cheekbones done too. I ain't gonna hold you.
to say that I look like Michael Jackson. I think Michael Jackson fine shit as
Yeah, that's what it is. Now Michael Jackson is fine shit. That's what it is. Michael Jackson. Oh, you want
like
that meal?
people pay to have my
You want that
cheekbones,
milk?
and I have this naturally. I got the cheekbones
She
from
mad
my
at you. You want
dad.
that milk? Dip it,
Yeah,
Lips,
she's mad about that.
You want that milk?
got that
So,
from.
to answer your question,
Hold on. We have researcher.
Michael Jackson's fine shit. Facts.
For real.
There's data though. There's
yeah,
data.
so there's a book that you can
Girl,
look
you can
this up,
sit up.
man.
Debate this thing. It's cool.
There's a book.
fine.
Yeah.
It's
But
called The
I'm
Rational
so
Male.
done, and I'm so sick and tired of this because you guys are so dumb
I'm
for
with you.
not speaking facts. Like, I respect the hustle.
What did I say
Trust me,
that's
do.
wrong?
Where's your
I
facts?
respect that you guys are honest.
Hold on.
And I
Let's
respect
go point by
different
point.
opinions.
Let's go point by
Let me
point.
speak.
What am I
Let me
wrong about?
speak.
Point by point. Go ahead. What am I wrong about? Point by point.
I just want facts.
Okay.
Because I respect opinions.
What am I wrong?
Because this is not a fact. This is an opinion.
Where's he wrong?
What's not a
And
fact?
that is that the men are superior to this and this and that. You can specify your statement and say,
Men are physically superior to women.
and now you're specific because I'm
I've been
calling
said
you
that.
out.
I've been
No,
said
you
that. I've been
haven't.
said
Now
that.
you're saying physically. This is the first time.
But she sucks. Oh my God. She don't even know how to recall information. Whew.
I'm hearing this.
They're better at raising kids too, just like you just tried to infer.
How so? What
So-
do men do to kids?
Single
that are-
mothers lead. Single mother households are one of the biggest predictors of failure, degenerate children ever. Single fathers do significantly better where their children
Okay,
are
can
less
you guys
likely.
stop that shit? That is so not funny anymore.
'cause my-
What?
That is so
Single
overused.
mothers
First
don't
time,
Who that come from shit, man?
that was funny.
Wait, first of all, see, you worried about what they got going on. See, now she's trying to deflect. That's why. She's trying to deflect. You worried about them putting the Michael Jackson shield there. It is what it is. It is what it is. If you done your research, you already know what show you was going on to. You already know what was gonna pop up. The niggas be wilding the fuck out on that show. But again, entitlement.
Me?
No, she
But
did not.
no,
Yo,
it's just like overused.
That's Bill's playing up.
It's a beautiful queen right here. I ain't gonna sit here and let y'all do that. I ain't gonna sit here and let y'all do that.
There's a book called The
Be
Rational
better,
Male, book
be
4.
funnier. It's a podcast.
There's a book
Try
called
to be funny at least. Please. Continue.
No, for real.
There's a book called The Rational Male, book 4, that goes into detail about this in single mothers versus single fathers, and single fathers do way better with raising children than single mothers. So men
But
are
what
better
kind
than
of
women at that too.
opportunities do men have that don't? A lot. So of
What?
course, a makes less than a man. So obviously that gives more
And have more
financial
opportunities than men.
capital. That gives
Have
more
more opportunities
cultural
than men.
capital. Huh?
And have way more opportunities than men.
I think it's just the dominant. Can I say something?
Hold on, she about to cook. She about to cook. I can tell. She got the look on her face. She about to cook. Wait, Myron, she about to cook. Go ahead, girl.
No, she's not.
You have still no facts to prove. All you state is opinion. Opinion and an objective fact are two different things.
I just gave you 2 facts.
Your reality is subjective. It's based on what you surround yourself with, the music that you listen to, the women you surround yourself with. Everything. It's genetics. It's biological factors.
Shorty just want to get drunk over there.
Environmental, psychological.
So you're saying I'm wrong when I say men are physically superior to women? That's wrong?
No, I haven't
Okay,
said that.
so
is
that's
wrong.
correct then. Okay,
Yeah.
now what about men raising children versus women raising children?
That is so different
That's a
because
fact.
men and
Men
women we need both masculine and feminine energy.
But in the instance where there's only one party raising the child, men do significantly better than women.
100%.
Single fathers do better than single mothers. So you're wrong again. So what else am I wrong
I think
about?
they're both wrong.
No. Hold on. You think or you
Can I say
know?
something?
See, I know. That's the difference.
Yeah, you don't know.
I know.
You don't
Okay,
know.
give me the facts. Give
I
me
just
the
gave it to
facts.
you.
Give you the facts.
What you want him to do? www.org.
Yeah, what the
like,
fuck?
I'm gonna
For
write,
real.
like, what you want him to do?
I'm referencing books in this. Like, I'm telling you what it is. Like, men are physically superior. And then if we want to go
What
ahead.
facts do you have, my brother? What facts do you have?
Okay, well, hold on. I'm trying to bridge the conversation. So, what facts would you want him to
I want
provide?
literal websites. I want
won't do
multiple
that.
websites showing
This
me
is the wrong
by
show. I'm
credible
not gonna lie, baby. It's a
researchers
podcast.
saying
Like, he not gonna pull that up,
oh,
baby.
this is
Okay, let's go look at the. Let me see. What's the data on single fathers versus single mothers and outcomes? So, generally speaking, single fathers experience better economic. Matter of fact, let me show y'all. Because I know a bit, well, you ain't show us. Generally speaking, single fathers generally experience better economic stability, and their children show improved academic and emotional outcomes compared to those raised by single mothers. Evidence enough for you? Economic stability, income levels. Single fathers typically earn nearly twice the median annual income of single mothers. For instance, data from the U.S. Census Bureau indicates that single fathers earn about $55,000 annually, while single mothers earn around $28,000. This significant income disparity can lead to reduced household stress for children in single father households. Living arrangements. Single fathers are more likely to live with a cohabiting partner compared to single mothers, which can provide additional emotional and financial support. Child development outcomes. Academic performance. Research published in the Journal of Marriage and Family indicates that children raised by single fathers tend to have higher GPAs and fewer disciplinary issues compared to those raised by single mothers. This suggests that the involvement and emotional support provided by single fathers may positively influence their children's educational achievements. Emotional and behavioral health. A study from the American Psychological Association found that children in single father households generally exhibit fewer emotional and behavioral problems. This can be attributed to the emotional mastery and involvement of single fathers, as well as the often active role that non-custodial mothers play in their children's lives. So, the conclusion, While both single fathers and single mothers face unique challenges, statistics indicate that single fathers often have better economic outcomes, and their children may experience more favorable academic and emotional development. These differences highlight the importance of parental involvement and support systems in single-parent households. There it is. There it is. So what? So for the people that's gonna come up in here after I clip this video up, there's the evidence for you. And if Shorty sees this video, there's the evidence for you. There you go. You're welcome.
This is the studies that have been done, and this has been done.
So you need a study to show that men are physically superior to women. You need a study for that.
You need to stop with the physical shit because we already agree on that. But
Okay,
you're trying to make a point
so then men,
that you
single
bring up
fathers
things
are better
we
than
agree
single
on.
mothers.
They don't.
Is that the next one you want to contend with?
I'm talking about raising a child.
Yes.
First
Okay.
of all,
Single
give
mothers
worth,
do worse than
care.
single fathers.
There you
We
go.
cook with love. Okay, with if a
You
man
just
wants to do
do you
all
have
that,
kids?
a man is not
Oh,
naturally loving than a is.
I don't know.
Men are more
don't think she
disciplined.
do.
I'm so
If he
grateful
don't
that
have
my
kids, so why we
parents
talk about raising kids if neither one of them got kids?
Yo, she Betty Crocker in right now.
I don't
Let her
got
rock.
kids either.
Go ahead, girl. I'm rocking with you. Clock it.
Once again, you're saying that he's wrong and that you're right.
Give me some minutes.
No, I'm
I
saying
can't
that
get enough
we
of it.
agree on a lot of different things. We come from the same type of culture. And I grew up with my mom and my dad, which I love them so much for because they really taught me how a man and a woman should be.
Okay, so what am I wrong about then?
You're just wrong about stating a lot of.
Okay, give me one of the points. We covered this physical superior. And we covered
You
men
say a lot of
versus
bullshit.
men
Like,
versus.
I
What's the
really-
next one? If I have so much, you should be able to name it right off. What else am I lying about?
Oh, that is such a manipulation tactic.
I'm asking you to stand by your
Bro, what are you talking about, man?
accusation that I'm
You
lying.
know, there's so many that you're like, name one, name one, name one. You know that's a manipulation tactic, right? You're trying to fool a psych major?
I'm gonna keep it a beat with you, Marin. I'll fuck with you. Yo, the site major.
But I'm
you can't
sorry,
fuck with the
but-
site major. Clock it.
And
Let's clock
my
that shit.
professors are watching this right now.
Exactly.
Talking, man.
Because
And you shut the fuck up. Huh?
I'm close with so many good people, educated people. I'm highly respected. My family knows about this podcast.
By the way,
They
Okay,
probably laughing at the Michael
if
Jackson
you
right
made
now.
the claim that I'm full of shit. I'm asking you
No,
to.
I'm not saying that. I'm saying that the way you express yourself is shitty.
Okay,
Because
so now it's
you're
not the
allowed-
content of the information; it's the way I convey it. So it's not the
Because-
information; it's the way I say it.
Also, some of the information because you say that.
Okay.
Break it
Oh, men are just better. Shouldn't vote.
Yeah, they shouldn't.
Why?
Because do you know what the selective service is?
Explain.
Okay. The fact that you don't know selective service is proves my point.
100%.
Oh,
In the United
manipulation
States.
tactic again.
Right.
Oh.
No, this is common sense,
Oh.
brother. It's common sense. It's common
Like,
sense.
if you can't have a respectful conversation, I will also raise my voice. I will also talk shit back because I'm the nicest.
What's wrong with you,
Who's
bro?
yelling?
No,
What
no,
the
no,
fuck
no.
is
What the fuck was that?
I'm sorry, man. I wasn't thinking.
What's wrong with you?
I'm telling you,
What's
the fact that you
wrong
don't.
with me?
Okay,
I'm
so
upset.
you don't know what the selective service is. The selective service is a program that men must enroll in the United States at 18 years old, and if they don't, they'll go to jail. They can be fined, etc. Where they have to put themselves into a lottery. So if there's ever a draft, they can be drafted. So men have skin in the game as soon as they become adults. So I don't think should have the right to vote for the commander in chief who can send them to war when they have no skin in the game like men do.
Understand.
So that is my problem with voting. And not only that, but we tend to vote in politicians that have more communitarian / socialist type ideologies. And what ends up happening is these politicians use women's need for security and safety, and they market that saying, I'll let you get abortions. I'll go ahead and give you guys
I'm
more
so
welfare.
glad you
Blah, blah,
brought up
blah. Hold on one
abortions.
second. So
I'm very glad you brought
these
up
politicians prey on women's need for security. And what ends up happening is they're able to get into office. Every problematic president that we've had, a lot of times gets voted in by women.
Step down, Trump.
Cook, girl. This is the time.
All right, Cook.
Honestly,
That
I
is why
think
women
you
should
just
not have
live
the
in
right
a
to
very
vote.
up country.
Assign
This is
me.
your reality.
Yeah.
I'm from Norway, and
Man, look at man. Hell no.
men are equal. We're doing amazing.
Can you tell me how I'm wrong? I'm just like trying to
cop out.
First we went into men and women's physical superiority, then we went into men being better single fathers, then now we're on voting and why we shouldn't vote. Well, how am I wrong in any of this?
Her toes look good. I ain't gonna lie. She ready to cook. I ain't gonna hold you. I gotta keep it being. Go ahead, girl.
Because you gotta remember,
Saute.
you made the claim that I'm not right, I am wrong. So I'm asking you the burden of performance is on you to show how I'm wrong. If you're making the claim that I'm full of shit and I'm not telling the truth, prove me wrong.
I bet. Watch.
Hold on. You got it. Give it time.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's cook.
We got time today, cuz.
Because I came in here and I got so many. Yeah. Okay. I got so many messages saying you should not be on that show. What the is that show?
You're a liar!
I come from a good family.
Liar! Liar! You're a liar! You're a liar!
I have good friends. I'm close with my professors.
Ask the question
I'm
again.
very
What does that have to do
integrated.
with- Ask the question. Ask the question.
No, this is framing. You know, the reason why you're asking girls for their body count, this and that, is to generalize. This is what I'm doing. I'm generalizing myself by saying I'm a good student.
What?
I have a good GPA. I
What's your
do good in life. 3.7.
Come on, girl. Dap me up, girl.
This is why I don't like to talk about the education, because I know a lot of women always talk about, oh well, women are outpacing men in the education system. Well, yeah, a lot of y'all are enrolled. A lot of y'all are deeply in debt when it comes to your educational system. But here's the thing. I also have a bachelor's degree as well. And so that 3.7 don't mean a motherfucking thing. It just means that you can reiterate the information that you read in the book. It doesn't teach critical thinking. It doesn't teach any of those things. So just because you can memorize some shit in the book, you can memorize a quiz that you took, and I got a 3.7 GPA. That's phenomenal. That's great. Where does it translate? How has it translated for you? Where did it translate? Your college education does not translate to anything. That does not mean that you're smarter than the next individual. There are individuals out here in the world who've never been to college before, and they are the smartest people that you will ever meet. Your college education means shit today. Means nothing. Now, if you knew how to critically think, something different. If you had discernment, it'd be something different. Something different. But you continuously keep talking about your professors and everything is watching. Well, you definitely are doing a horrible fucking job. You are getting ate the fuck up right now.
Swallowed up. Have you ever been swallowed up?
So it's just I am very much of I have a bright future.
Can you tell me how I'm wrong? I'm asking just how am I wrong?
No,
like I'm not even.
Okay, and I came in here because I was really excited for a mature conversation, for learning about men's perspective, because you can't speak for all men, but I'm genuinely curious about how you think, because I come from a very respectful place. Because I don't think.
Listen, I had it playing in my phone. I had it playing in my phone while I'm going live right now, so I know it was long as hell. I still got to rewatch it though.
Okay, you need to stop with that shit. It's so distracting.
All right, I'm just asking you to tell me how I'm wrong, because you said I'm full of shit. You made that assertion, so I'm asking you to prove how I am full of shit. We went over superiority physically. We went over male versus single motherhood, single fatherhood. Then we went over selective service and voting and why we shouldn't vote. What am I wrong about?
No.
You know what? I'm just gonna let you have this because you can't.
Nah, you got.
Had you been practicing on your art, you know your way in the dark. Silence. Silence.
Dog. So she just went through that whole entire situation trying to go back and forth with him, and she ain't got nothing to say. This is the shit that I'm talking about. This is the shit that I'm talking about. What she thought was he was going back the fuck up because, oh, I got professors watching me and I'm a college educated woman. And therefore, you know what I'm saying, I know what I'm talking about. But yet she could not she could not debate the whole conversation. She keep talking about facts and statistics, but then she deflects like a motherfucker and then talking about how she was raised and who she was raised by and where she went to college and all this extra bullshit that don't nobody care. Nobody fucking asked her in the first fucking place. It's a brainwashed college student for you there, fellas. Brainwashed.
You don't have to agree. You don't have to debate.
Cooking, nah. Hold on, heat that
So
up.
stubborn. It's sad. I'm really sad
How am I
for
being
you.
stubborn when I'm asking to hear your side about how I'm incorrect?
Now she throwing that homonym attacks. Now she throwing that homonym. I'm so sad for you. I'm so sad for you. This fake bullshit that they do. This is what happens. They try to deflect because she couldn't answer the question. He debunked everything that she tried to go against him. Then when he said, "What am I wrong about?" she then tries to say, "Oh well, it's you're saying it wrong." And now all of a sudden, it's how you're saying it. Oh, it's how I said it. So basically, you agree with what I said, but you just don't like the way that I said it. Make it make sense. Make it make sense to me. Make it make sense to me.
Because you're not interested in another perspective.
I am listening to you.
We got time.
I'm literally listening to you, but like you're going into talking about your background and your family. That's not the point. I'm saying, what am I wrong about?
Please tell him. You got time.
Okay. You're wrong about the way you talk about all of this because you have your assumption, perception of what happened to We Got Time.
Okay, can I ask this?
To We Got Time because you just keep interrupting me and I don't like that.
Keep going.
She's not done.
Exactly.
Go ahead, girl.
So it's just like, okay, you're stating all these things because of your reality.
Can I ask you a question?
Bars.
Just the opposite question of him. Do you think that we should be able to vote and why?
Of course we should vote. We're humans too. It's a democracy, not a dictatorship. There's a reason why we have been evolving as a country, as a democracy, as a community, because it's just like saying, oh, black people shouldn't vote.
So what was the reason that we're evolving again? So tell me again, how are we progressing again? And then she finna try to use now she gonna try to blame black people into the conversation. Shorty, absolutely not. No ma'am, no fucking ma'am.
Well, of course you guys should. True.
Why we gotta put a niggas in it? What's going on, bitch? You could have said it.
I ain't gonna lie. I rock with you. Hold on. Don't throw the niggas in this. The niggas ain't got nothing to do with this. It's you, girl.
A woman have a nigga,
Ain't got nothing to do with niggas. Go ahead. No, cook.
Because we're all a part of an oppressed group. You and I, we're from the Middle East, of course.
Yeah, so you have a point of contention with.
So it's just saying that because I heard also statements about white MAGA dudes saying that, oh, black people are less intelligent. And I'm like, where did you get these facts from? He's just like, it's common sense. And I'm like, where? Where? And it's just giving the same energy from a man saying,
Speaking of evolution, wait, hold on. I ain't trying to with your point, but like, there's leader black people out there talk about women. We niggas be good. Right? I'll defend it.
Yeah, but I'm talking about women. An oppressed group.
Speaking of evolution, this side didn't evolve yet. But go ahead.
Yeah, so do you have a problem with the information or the way I'm conveying the information? It seems like you have an issue with the way I'm conveying the information.
Also, where you find this information. This is just like, I'm curious. I'm genuinely curious. I want to hear about why.
Okay, before we get into where the information came from, I want to address the first thing. So you have an issue with the way I'm saying it versus what I'm saying? Is that the issue?
Okay, I'm done. This is so disrespectful. You guys, this is your ghetto.
I'm literally trying to understand what you're saying.
When did you get this job?
This is just and this is precisely why this entire conversation proves why should not be in positions of power.
That's what happens when you rage. That's what happens when you rage quit. You don't know how to have a debate. So therefore, you see that you're getting steamrolled and you don't have anything to say. And so then you try to then project and you get in your emotions and you're being disrespectful. So you try to deflect into, because let's be 110% honest. That Michael Jackson shit really ain't phasing you for real. You found a hole that you can creep up out of. So you use that as an excuse for you to get up out of it. You know what? I can't really fight back with this. So you know what? This is getting real disrespectful. You keep showing the Michael Jackson face. This is disrespectful. This is disrespectful. To who? To who? What up, my guy? Like, to who? Who's it disrespectful to? Let me know. This shit I'm talking about.
Oh, that bitch
because cannot even deal with having their ideas challenged, be able to actually have a debate or a discourse. She got proven wrong. And this is someone that's in college, by the way, that's a psychology major. Not even able to make coherent arguments. It's ridiculous.
I'll be honest though, bro. She got you on nothing. Yo, bro, that was terrible. Yo, all that barking up for what? For a whimper?
Yeah, and this proves what I've said before. Like feminists, left-leaning are. They think, oh, this is the way I feel, and it's real, and they just get embarrassed. Can't argue their points. I'm offended, and they rage quit.
Majority, not all of them.
Well, hold on. It's not only that. Like
most of them.
I knew that we were probably gonna get to that impasse, and you know this. I think especially the biggest source of that type of ideology and thinking is college.
Yeah.
When me and her got into that conversation about college. That's why she said to you, my professors are watching. So she has to put forth that ideology because of everything that is basically being bred into her.
That's even worse than her professor watching her crash out.
So I see in the chat, they're like, yo, L-Ag, you're simping. I'm like, listen.
No, I can sing along.
Yeah, you have to know who you have in the building. When someone comes on here and they're bragging about their, college escapades, hey, I know how to get content on anything, baby.
Yeah, no, you instigated. This nigga instigating the whole time. You got this.
So I had to talk her down when she was about to leave the first time. Nah,
good shit.
Yo, get at this nigga Myron. Myron got all the answers,
bro. She proved why going to college is a big waste of time. Like I've said this before, it's just a socially acceptable way to waste 4 years being a. Can't make coherent arguments. I'm educated, yet can't formulate an argument. You're full of shit, but can't tell me why.
Let me ask you a question. When you go to these college campuses and you're debating with people, you usually realize that even though you're at a college, so we're not dealing with people who are like very low IQ, they're still unwilling to debate because they're indoctrinated with a certain type of ideology that is so emotionally driven that they don't want to just sit there and just debate actual, hey, you think this, I think this, let's get to where the most logical, center could be. They're usually like, hey, you're a bigot, you're this, you're that. And that's what college is now.
Yeah, that's what liberals do. They'll say you're a bigot like this girl, and they'll say, I'm not even going to engage with you. But they do that because they know that they can't actually engage with the argument. Yeah. So they'll say some dumb shit and walk off and try to take the moral high ground, but they just make themselves look in the process. Yeah. So it is what it is, dude. I mean, she made a whole bunch of accusations. That was embarrassing.
She said what? They're watching?
Yeah, that shit's wild, bro. I don't know what the hell. And this is the delusion a lot of them have. This is the delusion a lot of them have, bro. And they think that's a lot of men, and this is why they say, oh, it's the patriarchy, it's the patriarchy. Nah, you think that your emotions is gonna get you through. You think that we're supposed to just stop and pause just because you're a woman. Nope. Ain't happening. A lot of men have wakened up and said, no, we ain't gonna take your shit no more. We're done with that. That shit's out the window. Ain't no more happy wife, happy life shit. Listen, you gotta put forth the effort. You gotta do what you gotta do. You gotta make shit happen. If not, it's a no. So look, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe for the algorithm, and make sure you hit the bell notification. Be sure to tap into the super chats as well. It helps with the platform. Because guess what? Chat lives matter. All right. Also, be sure to tap into the Patreon. Link is in the description as well as pinned in the comments. All right. Let's get to it. So look, I want to go to this next topic. Let's talk about Black women having it harder especially darker skinned ladies. Do y'all think that's actually true? Do y'all think that's the truth? Or does a negative connotation becomes with the certain type of women that we see that they tend to be darker skinned, and therefore we just apply that to them? What do y'all think? Well, before I get there, let me read this comment. It says, that's not true. Go to classes where you know the professors are leaning at the opposite end of the spectrum. It eventually going to erupt the seed planet in your head. Yeah, I mean, that's fair. But still, it really, I don't know what's not true, but yeah. But let's go ahead and get into this. Let's go ahead and get into this one.
I just think women, they're able to play both sides because honestly, most men are suckers, and they're gonna allow it. They're gonna allow it. You don't have to.
College doesn't. No, I don't think college increases critical thinking. I don't. I think it's a brainwash. I think it's an indoctrination camp. I don't think it. I don't. I would say it used to, but I don't think it does now. There's no way you're a third grade dropout. I don't believe that.
All right, so we're going for the same job, and this woman, she don't have to work as hard. She don't have to meet all the qualifications just because she's a woman. Just because you, for instance, you gotta let so many women in the workplace. Mm-hmm. So she just gets the job. Shit like that. Like, yeah. So you don't have to meet all the qualifications. That's not working and earning your spot. Some women don't have to earn their keep.
Well, why
should they? Why shouldn't they?
But there's
like you want to compete with men.
Compete. No, they want to beat men, and so you'll take every advantage. I think that's what I'm saying. I think that's the difference. People keep saying, and even myself, I've made a mistake in saying women want to compete with men. I don't think that they want to compete with men. I think that they just want to win. And the difference is
hey, listen, AD, listen, homie. I disagree. I will say this. I think that there are certain individuals, I think there are certain women who just want to win, but I do think that they have a sense of this competition against men. I do 110% believe that. There are some women who don't. They just want to win because of, they don't want to live the life. They don't want to live a certain lifestyle. But I think overall we can go do sample size experiments and look at TikToks and Instagram and shit. A lot of women, everything that they do, they always have to put a man into it. They always have to implement a man some way, somehow. They always have to. It's never just, listen, girl, go get strong. Listen, girl, go get fine. Girl, listen, girl, go get your money. It always has something to do with a man. Girl, go get strong so that man won't do X, Y, and Z. Or girl, go get your money because that man won't do it. It's a competition with men. I disagree with that. I disagree with that part.
Like this diversity, equity, and inclusion shit or whatever, right? They don't really care about that shit. The only reason they don't care about as far as, like, I don't believe that women are really advocating for women's rights. I think that women advocate for a leg up to compete better. I think that they feel as though they are able to compete. They'll just take every handicap to go along with it. Like if you felt like you was the best person, if you felt like you was the best person on a golf course, but you could still get a handicap in order to get a leg up on somebody, would you?
No.
Even if it was $1 million prize at the end of it?
No, I don't want no handicaps. I don't want no handouts.
Bullshit.
I want to earn it.
Bullshit.
I want to earn it.
No, for real though. Listen, that's
bullshit.
why you join the earn circle, bro. We earn shit over here. I'm with Slimmy on this one. I ain't gonna hold you. I'm with Slimmy on this one. Fam. I want to earn it. I want to earn it.
Nobody is going to say I want to earn it when $1 million on the line.
Fact. Nah. I will.
You're gonna take whatever advantage you can get in order to get the $1 million.
Nah.
Okay.
So you would be willing, you would okay. I mean, maybe you are.
What am I getting a competition for if what am I getting a competition for if I'm just gonna take the easy route?
For $1 million.
If I'm
$1 million.
Well, it's a competition. So if I'm getting in a competition, I'm there to compete.
No, you were there to get $1 million.
To win. No, you there to compete and win. No, yeah, you there to get to win $1 million, but you want to compete too. You want to earn that shit. You want to earn that shit. You want to know deep down inside, listen, bro, I went through it. Like I went. That's why we have the hero stories. That's why we got hero stories. They had to go through the ringer. They gave it their all. And then they came out victorious in the end. And they won the prize. Not finna cheat. Oh, let me get a handicap for what? Nah, bro. I want to beat you fair and square. Because if I know, like other men know, let's give it, because I'm a former hooper, right? I like to use this. I'm a former hooper. And so if you tell me, hey, Courtney, we're gonna play Kings of the Court, but we're going to 15, but we're gonna give you a leg go. We're gonna start you at 10, but we gotta catch up. That's a handicap, right? We starting you at 10, so we already putting you at an advantage over everybody. So everybody else got to start from 0. You start at 10. All you got to score is 5 points. And if I score 5 points, I win $1 million. If I score these 5 points, and if I get to 15 before everybody, I win $1 million. How that work? It's like, nah, fam. I'm not gonna listen. Any sane man, any man that's really about competition, think I'm like, man, I'm not finna do that shit, brother. No, fuck no. I'm gonna start from 0 just like everybody else, and I'm finna beat y'all ass. I'm finna cook every last one of y'all on this fucking court, and I'm still gonna win. No, I'm not taking that. Nope, not doing it. Nope, not doing that. Your wife's boy, you stupid. Your wife's boyfriend. That's what I'm saying. Battles on like I wouldn't be able to live with myself. Like, oh yeah, bro, you got $1 million, but nigga, look how you want it. Like, nah, like, you know what? Man, you right. So now you think to yourself, man, let me go bet this. Let me go bet a 500K. Say, listen, bro, let's go back. Let's bet a 500K again. Now this time don't give me a handicap. Let me do it from 0. Like, nah, fam. I want to win that shit fair and square. Fuck the handicap. I want to win it fair and square.
You're there to win. You're there to win $1 million.
I think studies show that Slimmy's right, because a gambler will gamble for the $1 million instead of just giving $1 million.
No, listen. No gambler is there to try to compete. Every single gambler is there to try to win.
You missed it. Yeah, everybody. But see, hold up, AD, you missing it though. Everybody's there to win the money. But nobody's there we're not there to cheat. We want to win it fair and square. We want to win this shit fair and square. We're not there to cheat to get it. Ain't trying to cheat to get it. Want to win it fair and square.
The dopamine is what hit them, not the money.
Are you serious?
Like this is like study stuff, like about gambling.
That's
fact. They would do it anyway.
Gamblers are there
this
to
is
win.
This is like study that.
Okay, let me ask you a question.
They would still gamble over just taking the money.
Let me ask you a question. Why were the New England Patriots so criticized for Deflategate?
Because they cheated.
Why would they cheat if that's true?
If you ain't cheating, you're not trying.
No, because they want to win the fucking Super Bowl. And they'll take every edge that they can do. The Boston Celtics historically, the old Boston Celtics, the Larry Bird, Robert Parrish, Kevin McHale, they knew of spots, of flat spots in the court where you can dribble and where you couldn't dribble. Like, this is a legendary story. And they left them there, or I'll do you even better. They would say that some of the locker rooms, they would intentionally make them cold when the visiting team would get there and all of that shit. They did that to give themselves an edge, to give themselves a better position to possibly beat their competition. They're not looking to give them equal playing field or equal footing or anything like that because they just beat. No, they did it because they actually wanted to beat the motherfuckers and they wanted to win a championship.
Well, you're talking about cheating.
What I'm telling you is that People
That's
will
cheating.
push the boundary.
Because
as
like
much-
you kind of moved the goalpost though, AD. Because you asked me, would you take the handicap? Would you take the handicap to win $1 million, or would you play straight up? Slim say he'll play straight up. I agree. I'm gonna play straight up. If I lose, I lose. It is what it is. That means that person was just better than me. That means I got to get better. That's how we build. That's how we build character. Now I get it. There are some people who cheat to win. We know that. There's people out here all day. They cheat to win. But a lot of us out here, we want to do it fair and square. We don't want to have no upper hand. We don't want to listen. We want to do this shit fair and square. This is one of the reasons why a lot of people talk about the bubble, right? I say the bubble is probably the most hardest finals to win. You ain't got, listen, bro, you don't have the 6 man, you don't have the crowd, you ain't got none of that shit. It's just you and your teammates, and y'all gotta play ball. It's just balling the fuck out. It's different. If you never played basketball, if you never been into a packed out fucking gym, and you had to play amongst that shit, you wouldn't know. Let alone being in an arena of thousands of fucking people versus being in an arena with nobody in that hole. And it's just you and your play, just you and your teammates. That's a different beast. That's a different beast. And have to come out of, man, listen, bro, that shit different. I'm gonna tell you that shit different.
Why do you think that people get pushed off from being a card counter? They're not counting cards because they want to compete. They counting cards because they're trying to win as much as possible.
Yeah, but counting cards is just knowledge of what's going on around you.
My point is that
considered illegal. It shouldn't even be considered illegal.
That's a moot point of whether it should be legal or not. What I'm saying is, when people go to the casino, they're looking to win. They're not looking to compete. When people go into competition in sports, they're looking to win. When women are looking to get into corporate America, these same women will fucking take everything from you and try to take all of your shit in family court. Like, their goal is to win. Their goal is not to compete. None of these women are trying to compete with you niggas. They're trying to get a leg up in every way, shape, and form in order to win. They don't give a fuck about competing. I think that that's the misconception, and that's how men get caught up trying to justify how women are and how they've been able to get some of the rights that they're getting.
Who's just where'd that come from?
None of these women are looking to compete with y'all. They looking to beat y'all. I think that they think that it is more even.
Don't that come with competition though? So you still have to be able to compete. Like, you get the leg up, but you still gotta compete though. Just even with leverage, you still gotta compete because you can have the leverage, but I can still beat you though. That's why when they look at it like, listen, bro, you lost on your own home court. You got the leverage. You got leverage in your home court. You got the crowd with you. You got the 6 man. You got home advantage. You know all the spots on the court. You got the leverage, and you still lost. You still got to compete, even though you may have a leg up. You still got to compete. Still got to compete. What's good with it, Raw?
They think that they better than you. They'll take every handicap in order to beat you.
So you still competing though, but you're still competing though.
I still think the suckers in charge allowed it. They put this shit in place for them to be able to do this shit. Honestly.
I think Slimmy's right. I think it's like competition and like ego over the end result.
I don't think that it's competition. I don't think that they go in thinking I'm going to be better than this man. I think they go in thinking this is my goal and I want to get to it no matter how I get there.
You still got to compete though. Y'all keep missing it. Y'all keep going around it. You still got to compete at the end of the day. If there's one position, you still got to compete with everybody. You still got to compete with the man. You can have one. The man can go in the same way. Listen, bro, I got one clear goal. They can say this, I'm not competing with nobody, but yes, you are competing. You're competing with the other 2 or 3 or 4 or 1 person that is still going for that same position that you're going for. You're competing. So even if you're trying to get leverage, yes, you can still get leverage, but you still got to compete at the end of the day, because if you get leverage and you still lose, you look like the sucker. So you still got to compete. You're still competing. No matter how you switch it, you're still competing. What are we talking about? Just as the example that you use with getting the handicap. What up with it, big dog? Just as you use it as getting the handicap to get the $1 million. Guess what? You may get the handicap, but you still got to compete. You can still lose. What you mean? You can still lose. Just as the Celtics, you use the Celtics as an example. They have the leverage, right? But they can still lose. They still have the opportunity to lose. So you still got to compete at the end of the day. It's still competition. Still got to compete. So yes, they do compete with men. They still do compete with men. They still try to compete with men. But they try to frame it as something else.
Slimmy, come back.
Lex, what you think about this? I know we're kind of in a few different places
I was eating.
in terms of topic, but you can pick where you want to come in.
What do you mean? We're not in a few. What?
Yeah, we have a few different components to this. Yes, we do. I'm not saying in a bad way. I'm just saying she can come in on any part.
I could see this from 2 different perspectives after looking at the video. From a woman's perspective, I feel like women think that reducing themselves is they mix that with just being a woman and
I think
operating
so.
in a
I
male
think so,
space.
Gracie.
You could do both. You don't have to be abrasive. I don't think you have to be aggressive. I think that they think that that's hard to be a woman operating in their womanly state in the male space. It's not hard. It's naturally who you are. And when you try to go out the natural zone, it's just, it's chaotic. It's, you know what I'm saying? You stepping out of who you really are. And it's like, instead, like sometimes in male spaces, women communication ends up being, you can't tell them anything or they'll cry. Like, or some of them, I'm not saying all women, but, or they think that communication, you have to be like disrespectful. So it's rough, but at the same time, also looking at her video in a colorist perspective, it's hard being a dark woman, period, because you are naturally, they have it on shows. Look at Martin. He went in on Pam all the time, and they looked at her like she is the aggressive single friend that couldn't get a man. Look at Maxine on Living Single, but this is how you're portrayed. So automatically, listening to Michelle Obama, it was like, yeah, I could see that because me being dark.
But that's the thing though. As you got older, you got wiser. You realize most people went for Pam over Gina. Most people went for Pam over Gina, and a lot of people picked Maxine too. But here's the thing too, though. Well, I mean, in that time they were really about the Black Power shit in that time frame of living single, right? They were really into that shit. But most people today would pick Pam over Gina any day. Myself included. Myself included. Will Smith replaced the mom. She replaced Aunt Viv, and everybody we love the first Aunt Viv over the second Aunt Viv. Like, hey man, who this new bitch? We was like, who this new bitch? But here's the thing. The caucus, the caucuses from the Caucasus Mountain wanted that change. They didn't want the depiction of the dark woman. They wanted the more fair-skinned woman, right? We wanted Anvil. We wanted Anvil. We wanted this Anvil. We wanted that Anvil. You hear me? That's the Anvil we wanted. We wanted that Anvil. Dark-skinned Anvil who ain't played no games. You hear me? That's Anvil that they want. But she was the face on Grand Theft Auto though. She was the auntie of what's his name? Of your boy. He said, I had to do it, bro. Only the people who watched that Will Smith part when Anvil went into that that dance class, and she had to let him know what it was.
People automatically, especially black men, white men don't do that to me, but black men, they automatically have this defense up if they are not like pretty much a certain type of man. They'll put up a defense up like, I gotta get her before she gets me. So it's like
do you think that Michelle Obama feels as though she has to be a lot more aggressive because she probably catches a lot more flack because she's a darker woman?
No, I think that she is a poor representation for dark women that are not like that. That's why I think that she doesn't know how to separate the two of you can operate in grace, but I think that she really wants like a leg up on men when she's in those spaces, and that's not how you play the game. I think that she doesn't want to be the first lady. I think she wanted to be the lady. You know what I'm saying? It's okay to operate up under or next to a man. You're not above them. We're not ever going to be. We're not built that way. But I do think we can contribute to, you know what I'm saying, whatever space that a man is operating in. Like at work, I follow the plan. The only time I really talk is when it's necessary to talk. And what I deem necessary is not important. It's about everybody's, like, you know, based on the situation to make everything be reduced down to a safe space. But it's hard for people like me because on a personal level, it's like I'm brung up, I don't say much. So when you do say something, it's
I'll say this though. They do try to. Here's the thing. In a lot of movies, they do get a lot of dark-skinned women. And I gotta be honest, bro. They get the most unattractive types of dark-skinned women. And I'm like, hey man, listen, you got unattractive dark skin, you got unattractive light skin, you got unattractive white women, you got unattractive Hispanic women, you got unattractive Asian women, you got unattractive Malaysian women, you got unattractive Persian women. Every race got unattractive people, whether no matter how fair or light-skinned, whatever the case may be, no matter the pigmentation of them, they got some unattractive people. Me, I am a person that, listen, if you are attractive, you are attractive. I don't give a fuck what your race is. If you are fine, you are fine, and I'm gonna call it as that. I ain't got this, oh man, listen, bro, I only love my chocolate sisters. Listen, bro, if you ugly, you ugly. If you fine, you fine. I don't give a fuck about your race. If you look fine, you fine, dog. Simple as that. You got some dark-skinned women, they bad. You like, ooh, wee. You feel me? You got some fair-skinned dude. You got some light-skinned women. You like, God damn, she fine. Persian women, fine. Italian women, fine. You got some Caucasian women, fine. Hispanic women, fine. All of them. There's beauty in all the races. I don't know where we get this shit from. There's some fine ass women out here in this world.
You don't know when to, like, okay, step in, or you overthinking yourself. So mentally, it's a challenge. But for her, no, I think that she is just an aggressive, typical Black woman that is a stereotype. And it's so hard when you are an actual
And
woman
Michelle ain't even dark.
wanting to be in the space of,
She
you know,
not even
wherever
dark.
you are, and you have to, and you're trying to operate in your natural state. You don't have to even try. You just be who you are. You don't have no agenda. You don't feel like you want to, you know what I'm saying, bump chests with men. That's not who you are. But the whole world has a perspective portraying darker women for being that. I mean,
Y'all
look
think
at,
Michelle dark?
yeah.
Y'all would consider Michelle Obama dark skin?
That's what I'm saying. I don't think she that dark.
Out of all that shit, that's what the fuck you got.
No,
Yeah, I would consider her dark skin. You wouldn't consider
just
Michelle
heard her
Obama
call
dark skin?
herself a black woman.
Bro, this nigga cute, funny.
You wouldn't
as hell, bro.
consider
This
Michelle
nigga
Obama dark skin,
wild.
Carrie? Y'all,
no.
As it pertains to this conversation,
No, I
there's
got
only
it. I
two
know
colors. There's
what
Molly,
you mean,
and then
bro.
there's everybody is on the other color.
I know
That's
what
what they mean when it's dark-skinned Black women. It's not.
I don't care what I'm just saying.
Yeah,
That's
the
not
difference
what
between Kim and Carrie. It's the difference between Molly and Gary. Carrie, you're dark. Molly is not.
I think it's just
Y'all consider me dark skin.
What you mean? Brandon, what? Carrie about the same skin tone as Molly. What you mean? That's literally a half. Man, they about this. No, they the same skin tone. They both the same skin tone. They ain't no difference between the two. What are we talking about? Now, if you would have said Carrie and Kimmy or Kim or Molly and Kim, that's a difference that we can see. Or you could say Lex versus Molly or Lex versus Carrie. That's a difference. That's a difference. Or shit, even Miss Sanchez. That's a difference. Molly and Carrie, they about the same skin complexion. That shit different. Yeah. But Kim, Lex, I would say Miss Sanchez probably in between. She in between Lex and Kimmy and Molly and Carrie. She in between. She in between.
I absolutely disagree with you, bro. Absolutely. I think that more people would consider Carrie light. Absolutely.
I feel like Michelle are similar.
Listen, when I was coming
She's
up,
darker than you.
when I was
no, she's
you
not.
said you and Michelle what?
She's dark.
Are you crazy, Carrie? Lupita, yeah, Lupita, she's decent. She's decent. I wouldn't call her fine, but she's decent. She all right. She cool. She cool. I wouldn't say, oh, that's a baddie right there. No. Listen, nope. I don't think she's a baddie. I don't. Your second is Ghana? Damn.
A little bit.
What's wrong with that? Y'all check like that? Your eyes about as bad as
No,
Kim.
but what's funny is I have a friend who's the same color as Carrie, and she swears that she and I are the same. She just doesn't get it. She's dark.
Well, y'all be wearing makeup and you change everything, and we don't really be
Coming
doing
up,
it.
it was only two shades of women. They
I would
call
say
them
she's
light
brown
skinned or dark skinned women.
I would say
There
brown
wasn't no middle, wasn't none of that.
Like,
Either
I
you was
think I'm
light skinned,
brown
dark skinned. No. It was either you light skinned,
Either
dark
you're dark or you're fair. Good or bad.
Either you was light skinned, dark skinned, or you was mixed. And that was how it was when we was coming
And
up.
you really
I
did
don't know
get
where all
treated
these
differently
extra
being
shades are
darker.
coming from and shit. I don't remember that.
She don't look dark skinned to me, but nonetheless, that's
how. What?
That's what it derailed the conversation, Carrie. Nice try.
No, she's not dark skinned, bro. She's not. I gotta call a spade a spade. She's not. She's just brown. Lupita, the one that 623 name, she's dark. That's a dark skinned woman. That's dark skinned. Michelle Obama, she's not dark skinned. We like to call her caramel. She's a caramel skin complexion. She's not dark. She sits right in that. She sits right in between of dark and light. She sits right in between there. She ain't dark. She's not. We seen darker.
I'm not derailing the conversation. I'm just looking
You
at all
totally
these
did.
pictures.
Awesome women, we talking about
How was
skin now.
Michelle Obama not looked at as
About
dark skinned?
anything. You didn't
Look,
even
like we derailed this whole motherfucker on some skin color. This is crazy.
Yeah,
Well, she would be considered. She would be like brown skinned.
That's
I
what I
think she's
would
brown.
think. That's how I would label her. I would
Crazy.
say brown skin.
White people are so
Yeah, she would be considered brown skin. Kim would be
She my
considered
skin
brown skin.
complexion. She my skin complexion. She's
Hey.
brown, bro. She's dark. She's brown.
Anton's
She
fucking
not dark
mocha,
complexion.
fucking latte. Like, what the
I'm
fuck?
brown,
I'm
bro.
dark skinned.
I'm brown.
So dumb. This is so stupid.
I say the same thing for
No
Lex.
such thing as mocha brown and
I don't.
coffee.
Why are we
Like,
talking
no,
about
what the
skin
hell we
color
talking
now?
about? Like
Carrie is not playing dumb. Carrie is
people are
giving
so
her
fucking
opinion. You can just
simple-minded.
say that you disagree with my opinion. I'm totally okay with that, but I'm not gonna not say my opinion because you think otherwise, sir. Anywho, sorry about that.
Hey,
so
Carrie,
weird. It's
Carrie
like
be standing
if
10
you
toes.
have a
though.
different
I ain't gonna hold you. Carrie be standing 10 toes though. She don't be caring. Yup, milk, chocolate, dark chocolate. Man, we done heard that shit.
Because
before.
of skin color. It's crazy.
Like, ooh, you milk chocolate, shawty. Look at that.
I said
look at
Lex
that
was
dark
cooking, but
chocolate
you
over there.
interrupted her because of
You
skin
know the
color. It's
difference,
crazy.
bro. We ain't finna
She
say
didn't
it
interrupt her.
again.
I did.
Yes, she
I
did.
thought you were
Yep,
towards.
that's not a skin color. She was cooking, and she said, "You think she's dark?"
Oh, I'm sorry, Lex. I thought you were. I thought you were to the end. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
It's all good. It's all
You know what I'm
good.
saying? She ain't Viola Davis dark. You know what I'm saying? She ain't
Look at
that.
that. Look at that feminine woman. She just chilling now.
It's two different skin complexions. Two
I'm good.
different.
I just think that's
Two
people
different.
are programmed to respond differently and have preconceived perceptions of women based on their shade. And it's programmed that way. But I don't.
In this day and age, I don't think that's true. In today's society, I don't think that's true anymore. I don't. I think back then, you know, in the Martin living single days, yes, that was true, but I don't think that holds weight anymore. I don't think that's a thing anymore. I'm gonna be 100% honest. I don't think that's a thing anymore. I don't.
Think that Michelle Obama personally, her individual character is that reason. I think that she is behind the closed doors, probably a little bit more abrasive, and she wants more of the praises and attention that powerful men receive. It's like she's not grateful to be Barack Obama's wife. She wants to be detached from him. And that's not, and he's the reason why you're even noticed in the first place. And I guess that women that are in those positions, they don't really want to be married. They don't really want to be.
Let me ask y'all a question, ladies. Real talk. I want to ask the ladies a question. What is the importance if you have a man that's the upper echelon of men, the men of men, top-notch men? What is it with you having to have your own separate identity from that? You have reached the pinnacles of what this man has reached the pinnacles of what a man could be. And you are attached to that. So you are attached to his name. So anything that you do, you automatically get leverage because you are attached to that great man's name. Why do you feel, or why do you believe as if you need to have a separate identity from that? You got married to this man. So you become as one. You become as one. That's what you got married as. You become as one. So why do you feel as if you need to have a separate identity? If you wanted a separate identity, you should have never got married. You should have stayed single and kept your origin name. If that's what you wanted. I can't stand this idea of, oh, I want to separate myself because I'm an individual. Great. But you decided to get on this man's program. I don't give a fuck what you do. You will always be seen as Michelle Obama, First Lady. You will always be seen as Barack Obama's wife. Always. No matter what you do, no matter how many businesses you start, no matter how many programs you do, even if they were to make you the president of the United States of America, you would still be looked at as Barack Obama's wife because Barack Obama did it first. Barack Obama's wife has become the president. You still would be Barack Obama's wife. Always. What is so wrong with that? And this is where the competition aspect comes in. It's like, bro, why are you trying to compete? Why? Live on the name. It's a legacy. You think that you thinking about you only focus on you, what you had to sacrifice. What about what this man had to sacrifice in order to get to where he had to get to? Y'all don't look at that shit. Y'all never see it. Y'all always see from y'all perspective, oh, well, I just want to be me. But what about what he had to sacrifice? What about the shit that he had to sacrifice? What about the shit that he had to go through in order to get y'all to that point? Understanding that y'all livelihood depended upon him. So he had to go and get it even when he didn't want to. The days that you decided to take off, he kept working. The days that you decided that you wanted to go do it and have fun, he had to work. He had to go get to it. You don't think he wanted to spend time with his children? You don't think he wanted to spend time with the family, kick back, kick his feet up and watch TV and watch hip hop Atlanta, watch some drama, drink a few cups of wine and get drunk and then go to sleep? You don't think he wanted to do that? But he understood he had a bigger purpose. He had a bigger vision. Y'all don't see that shit. Because, of course, we don't talk about it on TikTok. We don't talk about it on Instagram. We don't talk about it on YouTube. We just get to it. We're not complaining about it. We're not complaining about this shit. But that's what you got to understand. You got to get outside of yourself and understand, like, listen, this is where the problem lies. This is why all these women talk about, oh, I want to leave my 15-year marriage because I'm just so unhappy. I'm just so unhappy. Because you think it's all about you. But this man's over here doing the best he fucking can to make sure things are straight, to go to work while he's sick, when he's hurting, when he's in fucking pain. He still gotta wake up early in the fucking morning, knowing he don't want to go to fucking work. He just want to lay down and go to fucking sleep. Niggas can't even sleep till 9 o'clock anymore. Because bitches gotta say, you know what? You ain't a real man if you don't sleep until 9. If you sleep in your bed until 9 a.m. in the morning. What the fuck you mean? So you telling me I gotta work 7 days a week. I gotta work 12 hours. I gotta work 12 hours 7 days a week. I can't sleep too long, or I ain't a real man. What kind of shit is that? What type of shit y'all be on for real? Yeah, my third wife used to say I got papers on them. That's an unfortunate effect of the structure of the world. Women are born with value. Men are required to be. Yeah, but that's the problem. We're not complaining about it, though. We're not. Men are complaining about the value that they got to build. They just understand they got to go and get it. But this is why you got the red pill. And they tell you, hey, bro, focus on you. Focus on grinding. Focus on building. Let these chicks know, like, hey, shorty, you ain't nah. If you want to be a part of this program, you got to put in the fucking work. You got to bring some value to me. You got to add value. You can't just walk into my life and thinking I'm just going to take care of you, especially after I done built myself up and built all this value that I have now. You crazy as fuck. No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. This is why we always have this argument when women say, I need my man to make at least he need to be making 6 figures a month. If he ain't making 6 figures a month, I don't want him. Okay, cool. He making 6 figures. Now what value are you adding to him? You think you just finna exist? You think you ain't finna put in no work? You crazy as hell.
A wife. At some point, though, is it wrong for you to want to have an identity that is not connected to your husband? It's not about
like when people only see you and only see your identity as in the lens through your husband. Like
you should.
Why do you care about what other people think or how other people see you?
Well, because as a woman, like, no, you do want to have your own identity. Like, she probably does want to have something for herself that nobody associates her with her husband.
Just stay single.
You know?
That's not the point of marriage. You know what you signed up for.
But you
Husband
are
or
still
wife
your
from
own
the God.
person, even though you're married. Like
It doesn't
that
say
don't
that
mean
you're
that you
not.
don't have autonomy and that you don't
It
Bible
doesn't say
just want to
that
chapter
you're
have some
not.
type of
#1.
individuality.
It doesn't say that you're not your own person. But
I
it's
mean,
not
just to
that you.
judge women because they want to be
It's
seen
not judging them either.
and not be. I don't think that she's ungrateful because she wants an identity that's not necessarily tied to Barack.
If you wanted an
And then
identity,
he has
why
all
do you
these
have to tear
scandals
down
going
your
on. Like
husband to
I would
build it?
want to be my own.
If you have to
Like
have your
don't.
own identity, why do you have to tear down your husband to build it? Why you got to take
You're
shots at
saying
him?
she's tearing down her
She
husband.
does it in the interview.
I didn't hear her mention him in this
She don't
clip.
do it in this clip, but she does. We've reviewed clips where she's done it before. That's what I'm saying. Like, if you want
Just to
your
say a
identity,
woman
why
is
do you have to knock
ungrateful
them off?
because she don't want to be in her husband's shadow. I don't think a woman is necessarily ungrateful. Are there things that she could probably not say? Absolutely, but just because a woman don't want to be in her man or her husband's shadow don't make her ungrateful.
That's stupid. Why would you want to be your own?
That right. Like I don't agree with everything she say, but at the same time, she want to be seen as herself.
Why?
I think it's based on
What you talking
perspective and
about?
how you look at it, as if it's a sin to be like attached to your husband. What do you are you attached? So at this point, you got to look at your heart and your intentions and your perspective, because not you personally, Molly. I'm talking about like generalizing. Like, I think that we get so much to the point where we just think that we are taken away from something for choosing to be married or up under a man. And it's like this thing where people want to be themselves and say spirituality when God created you. It's kind of weird. You want to detach yourself from something that is of good, something that's not even necessarily looked at a bad thing. I guess it's perspectives.
That's right.
I'm just not okay. I mean, I understand. I just ain't gonna judge a woman because she wants to have her own thing going on.
Don't, man, listen, bro. It's the optics of it, bro. Y'all gotta look at the optics of everything. You are a woman that's in a very, very high place. Your husband was the president of the United States of America. Guess what? I guess a lot of I guarantee the only person that y'all can name their wives is Melania Trump and Hillary Clinton. The only reason you know Hillary Clinton is because she tried to run for president. That's the only reason y'all know who Hillary Clinton is. Half of y'all don't even know who George W. Bush's wife is. Y'all don't know who his father's wife is. Y'all don't know who the fuck they are. Because they stay out. And even then, even with Bill Clinton with the whole, I did not have sexual relations with that woman. She still stood by that man's side. And guess what? She still, even, it don't matter what they got going on behind closed doors. One thing's for sure, two things for certain. What you don't know, she ain't on no podcast talking down about her man, even though all the shit Bill Clinton got going on. You ain't seen George W. Bush's wife anywhere on any podcast having conversations about her husband. You ain't seen it. You ain't seen it. Hell, let's take it to the NBA. You ain't even seen LeBron James's Savannah. You ain't seen her talking down about her husband. Matter of fact, let's use LeBron James. Even when LeBron James was asked about his marriage, guess what he said? He just said, hey, man, it's some shit that you got to work through. He kept it simple. He ain't go into detail. He ain't shoot down his woman. He ain't do none of the above. But yet, y'all want to talk about, it's okay for a woman to have separation. She could be, and she still is an individual. You don't look at your wives as a thing. Yeah, we know that they are a person, but guess what? You, as the man, you are doing the work. You are taking the sacrifice. You are going through the necessary pains and struggles in order to get y'all to that point, because she becomes the beneficiary of your success. She is the beneficiary of it. Cool. Michelle Obama would have been a lawyer. Cool. Do we know how great of a lawyer she would have been? No, we don't know that. But what we do know for a fact, we don't know, we wouldn't know her unless she was with Obama. And I don't understand it. The men, you go through the brunt of the work. There are women who say, listen, man, listen, I would rather you go do all the fucking work and then you bring home all the fucking bacon, and men are cool with it. And there are a lot of women say, you know what, shit, I'm cool with that. You gonna get me out of my job? Is it gonna get me out of my job? Out of my 9 to 5? Yes. All right, cool. I'm with it. I'm with it. I don't need to be an individual. We cool. I married you for a reason anyway. We good. So cool. So now you go put in the work. But this whole individualism, this whole I need to separate myself. I need to be an individual. Why? If you wanted to be an individual, you should have stayed single. You should have stayed single. That's what an individual is. You should have stayed single. Should have stayed single. It's just like a basketball team. You got that one person who thinking that they the main character. Damn, bro, like, nigga, I'm really that good, bro. Like, I'm really like that, bro. But why they always giving this nigga the shine, bro? Why they always giving him the shine, bro? Because he him right now. You gotta play. Listen, bro, you gotta play your role. Play your role. But nah, man, I should be the number one dude. Listen, bro, play your role, dog. Play your role. You either play your role or you can get gone. Pick one. Play your role or pick one. Or get gone.
Ain't nothing wrong with it.
We're not judging a woman, we're judging her, this woman, and this woman is absolutely nobody without her husband to us. We're not talking about her if she's not married to Brock.
Okay, but maybe she does have more to offer and nobody's gonna pay attention to it because y'all are so biased towards the fact that y'all see her through her husband. She's done so many other things outside of him. Like let's be honest.
Like what?
And I
Could she have
understand
done it
that's
without
her
him, though?
husband. It
Could she
doesn't
have done
matter
it
if she
without
could have
him?
done it without him. At what point can she
Can't
do
say
it
that.
without him? At
You
what
can't
point
say
can she
that.
do it without him?
You
At
can't
what
say
point
that,
can
though.
she?
Exactly. At what point can you do it without him? You can't do it without him. So that's the point of why you're trying to make yourself an individual. You're already tied to him. It's over. There's nothing that you can do that will untie you from Barack Obama. You will always be seen as the first black lady. You will always be seen as that, and you will always be seen as Barack Obama's wife. Which is why when she went on that other interview, when the lady called her, she said, Miss Obama. She said, no, call me Michelle. No, bitch, you Miss Obama. What you mean? You're not you're not finna do that to the, you're not finna do that to the black man. No, your name is Michelle. Your name is Miss Obama. We're not finna call you Michelle. We're calling you Miss Obama. That's what you are. That's what you signed up for. That's who you got married to. We're not doing that.
Do some stuff without him.
We only
Why
know
can't?
her.
Why, but y'all kind
We
of
only
proving
know
her
her because
point
No, we're
about
not.
women
We
having
only
to reduce themselves for men.
no.
Y'all
And
proving
then
her
here
point.
we
know.
go. And I'm sorry for pausing again, but here we go. Now she's talking about reducing herself. Reducing herself. Listen, I'm gonna keep it 110% with you. She already said it before. She was already at this level as a lawyer. Now we don't know how successful she was as a lawyer at the time, but she said that she was a lawyer. Now she said that Barack Obama wasn't as successful yet. But I don't think it's the fact that she had to lessen herself, but she understood the assignment, but she also understood how great that this man was going to be. I think that she had a vision. I thought that she saw, like, man, this dude, he's gonna be great. I need to get on board. I see his tenacity. I see his work ethic. I see his vision. I see it all, and I'm aligned with it. No, we're not gonna do Molly. No, you're not gonna do that. You're not gonna do that, Molly. No, you're not.
We're not. We only
Yes,
know
you
her
are.
because no, we're not, because we only know her because she was the first lady. It's really a bad example to use, honestly.
What's a bad example?
To act like she can do so much and not be recognized for it, when she's literally like the second most popular person on the planet at one point because of her husband. Like we can't act like this.
Hillary Clinton was doing her own thing, and we know from her through her husband as well. She ran for president.
Man, Hillary Clinton didn't say half the shit that.
I'm just saying, we know her through her
what's her
husband
name
too.
is
That
saying.
means she can't do nothing that she want to do. She
No,
can't break out and do her own thing and pave her own way. That don't got to be disrespect to her husband because they want to do their own thing. No, I'm just saying, like, be realistic, especially
she's
when it's
actually
women up here
realistic.
who are women and be acting
Y'all
like
being realistic.
She's actually
somebody just
disrespecting
want
him.
you.
On her
Can't, so
platform.
what? That's their
said,
marriage.
so
I
what?
don't care.
Nigga said, so what?
I don't
But
leave
that's
her
so
for
what?
a reason because of what she say about Barack.
This nigga said,
Everybody
so what?
on the planet has had an opinion about Barack Obama.
Molly, ma'am. What you mean, so what? What do you mean, so what? What do you mean, so what? You disrespected your husband on the public platform. What do you mean, so what? But let him do it. But let Barack Obama go on any platform and disrespect her even just a smidget bit. Y'all would have a fucking fit. 9 times out of 10, Molly, you'll probably call him gay. Come on, shorty. Don't do that. Don't do that. Listen, Molly, I like you. You gotta chill. You gotta chill, Molly. You gotta chill.
Oh, don't care. He not the president no more. Who cares? Who cares?
She's disrespecting him. So what? That's where the conversation is.
That's my.
I wasn't even talking about that part.
She has no other identity outside of Barack Obama.
Correct.
If you want to be,
wants to have some. Excuse me, but if she wants to have some type of identity, then she's wrong. Like, I just don't get it. But I know y'all hate women. Y'all hate everything women stand for. Y'all got it.
It's not about having an identity.
If we ain't women, then you ain't men.
Wait, it's not about it's not about having an
You
identity.
can't do that, Molly,
It's
just
about how
because
you're
somebody
getting
disagrees
your
with you.
No, but I
You
can't
can't do that.
If
Just
you
because
want to
somebody
be,
disagrees
you
with
don't
your
have
point
to
of
stop for
view.
somebody to get a leg up.
I'm not always gonna just throw women
You don't have
under
to go.
the bus because y'all.
Nobody's throwing women under the bus. We're literally saying you wouldn't know her if she wasn't the first lady.
Y'all, women need to get women. And then to be a woman and
old are
constantly
we?
putting
What
down
just
women,
happened?
like, don't throw women under the bus for the sake of no men.
Nah, Molly, you went off the rails on that one, shorty. I ain't gonna hold you. You went off the rails on that one, Molly. You bugging. I ain't gonna hold you. You bugging on that one. On that video, you bugging. Not gonna hold you. You straight tripping. You wrong. You wrong. 110%. You 110% wrong. Gotta call it a spade a spade. But hey, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe for the algorithm, and make sure you hit the bell notification. Listen, y'all, tonight was dope. You know, Wednesday, it was actually went a little longer. I tip my Wednesdays are actually a little bit shorter, but it went a little longer today. Listen, I appreciate y'all for kicking it with your boy. Appreciate y'all for those of y'all who've been in here. If you haven't liked it, make sure you like it. If you haven't subscribed, make sure you subscribe. Listen, we're gonna continue to keep running this thing up. Make sure you tap into the Patreon. Link is in the description as well as pinned in the comments. I think that's it, man. So make sure you are here Saturday. I will be having my live stream Saturday. I think I'm gonna do it at 3:05 p.m. 3:05 p.m. might be the way. Or might be the way. So make sure y'all ready. Make sure y'all come kick it with your boy. All right. And until next time, my good people.